ready, we'll shuffle your ass out. That's what I'm talking about. Ride your motherfucking ass like a rodeo. In the other bed, jeans, run that other hoe, you know. And how I see is putting on a swimsuit, fucking a girl, party style for the loot. And KK is the motherfucker that you don't get pissed, punk, because he coming like this.
Welcome back, everyone, to another beautiful Sunday and to another episode of ROADIUM Radio, episode 357. And before I introduce my guest, I want to thank everybody on the live chat, everybody who decided not to be on the live chat. Lately, we've been having more people not on the live chat because they you know what they tell me? I don't want to see all that BS. And I get it because people be going at it in there, debating and arguing and fighting and having fun. And that's what it's all about. So much love and respect to everybody who's not on the live chat. I want to thank everybody who liked, commented, subscribed. Please smash that like button. It truly helps our algorithm out there. And once again, and what I mean by algorithm, because just recently, our sugar-free interview that we did about a year and a half ago actually went viral. And we went over 100,000. I think we're about to hit 110,000. And so far, it has the record of the most viewed interview. So thank all you guys that have been watching, and everybody's taking one-liners from the sugar-free interviews. If you guys haven't seen it, we'll promote it later on and we'll let you know what episode that was on. But other than that, like I said, I just want to thank you guys for being patient. I've been trying to bring ROADIUM Radio back because it seems like this is the only podcast, especially out here in Southern California, that likes to talk about just pure rap and likes to avoid all the negativity, the drama, and the gossip. So with that being said, my guest is no stranger to the podcast, and I want to welcome him once again because every time we talk hip hop, and that's what we love to talk about: movies, music, and making beats, lyrics, etc. So without further ado, please allow me to introduce Mr. D. Mr. D, how you doing?
What's up? What's up? All good. Thank you so much. I want to say thank you so much for having me back and giving me the opportunity again.
All good, my bro. You know what? Not to give away your address, but you actually drive kind of far, huh?
Yeah, of course. Always. But I mean, it's not no big deal, you know? I mean, I make a daily commute of almost from the valley all the way to Capitol Beach. You know what I mean?
Really?
Yes. So it's not really too much of a big deal anymore, you know?
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, you know what? When I first met you, once again, just to give people a quick recap. Well, first and foremost, you were here late January.
Right.
Okay. And you had came to my crib. We had talked and I said, let's go live. We're just going to talk music. Right. We had a pretty good turnout on that. But I wanted to bring you back because there's a lot of things that I didn't get to touch on. And eventually we'll get into that. You're actually, if you will, helping another artist kind of develop his skills or whatnot. But we'll get into that. All right. My thing for you is, how have you been, man? Because I know you've been working a lot.
I have, man. Every day is just nonstop hustle, you know? But I mean, it's like they say, you know, as long you're above ground, it's another good day, you know? So I guess I'll take it as much as that.
Take it as that. Absolutely. Now, I wanted to ask you about a certain interview that I talked to you about when we were on the phone the other day. Mm-hmm. Did you get to watch the Crazy Legs interview that I did?
Hell yeah.
What did you think about it? What did you come away with?
So first and foremost, you already know how I always feel about your interviews. They're always jam-packed with history, gems, jewels, you know. So one thing I'll say is definitely almost walking through a museum, you know.
Awesome.
Audio museum, you feel me?
Yes.
So that's why I say, like, everything that gets brought up, bro, it just really makes me feel like I'm really there. I'm captured in that era, you feel me?
Yes.
And that's what I love about it, you know. And that one specifically, it made me realize, like, dang, I really did miss out on a lot of that dancing shit. You know what I mean? Like, that's one thing that I really fell in love with hip-hop to begin with, you know? Because it all started with breakdance shit, you know?
Right. Do you feel that, like, so do you ever sometimes feel, because I know you're an old soul, okay? Do you ever feel like you were born in the wrong era, the wrong generation?
I want to say I do. I mean, I feel like it every day. I got my brothers that I always tell, you know, like, they're like around 40 to 50, you know? And I always tell them, man, you know, I was around when I saw you got jumped into your hood, right? This and that. You know, I'm always fucking around with them, but they always remind me, like, man, you're lucky to be in this era because not only do you have the ability to go on your phone, you know what I mean, like figure out all these different answers you might have about the world, you just have the ability to just do anything right now. But then again, I guess the nostalgia from those times from back then, the reason why they hit so much is mainly because of, I guess, the camaraderie that I keep hearing about.
Yeah. You know, I don't know if you saw the Be Real one.
I've seen parts of it, yes.
Okay, when you get a chance, check it out, because I asked him a question that I don't think nobody ever asks other big name artists like him, okay? My question was, have you ever gotten geeked out interviewing someone? And he actually said yes. So I don't want to give the names. You guys go and check it out, because a lot of times we don't think that even a big name like him could even get the jitters or get geeked out when you interview someone.
Right.
So for me, and I've had a couple of like instances when I've interviewed people, and I was like somewhat nervous because this is a guy that I saw in a documentary in 1983, and one of them was Chris the Glove Taylor.
Okay. Oh,
you know, I saw him with his glove, and he's over here. And then you had Egyptian Lover over here on the 808.
I know what you're talking about.
Breaking and entering.
Yeah.
So now I got the guy in front of me,
Right.
you know, and I've seen him plenty of times. Hey, what's up, Tony? Hey, what's up, Tony? What's up, Tone? But now I get to ask him all, like, if you will, my childhood questions.
Right.
So one of them was Crazy Legs, you know, and I shared this with B, that I told him that as I was walking up to meet him in Jersey, I almost tripped. That's how geeked out I was, because I never would have thought I ever would have been chopping it up with this guy.
Oh man, you remember when you brought Spice One, right?
Yeah.
Man, you know how I felt about Spice One. You know, all anything from Northern California, Southern California, anything California, right? Anything from that gangster shit from the 90s, bro. That's just how I built my rap. And the day that I met him, bro, I try my best not to be starstruck. You know what I mean? I try my best to keep it together. You know.
Okay, so where you say you were?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Okay,
man,
okay.
That's Spice, you know what I mean? Like, man, I would say the lyrics, but you know what I mean? I can't say the words, you know what I mean? But that's what I'm just trying to say. Like, I love his music, you know what I mean? So when I got the opportunity to get in his presence, it was dope. Right. You know what I mean? And that's why I always bring it up, you know what I mean? Like, anybody that asks me about my past experiences, I always tell them that shit. Like, it's always dope to run into people that you grew up listening to. Like, to us, it was a daily soundtrack. You know, they might have just thought about it like, man, it's just a drunk freestyle. This is just a whatever, right? Right. But to us, man, I was listening to that shit when I was just creeping through the neighborhood, you know what I mean? Just taking a stroll, whatever, you know what I mean? With the homies, whatever. It all really depends on that song, right? But at the end of the day, it all has memories, you know?
Yeah. You know, and I'm glad you brought that up, because I didn't know that. I just thought you were just like, oh, that's Spice One.
Nah, hell nah, man.
Okay, I didn't know, but I invited you and I said, I want you to come.
Yeah, that's why I came, 100%.
D, I've only told one other person this, okay? And I know they're watching. Always remember this, okay? I shared this with Be Real, and he said that DJ Muggs, his producer, told him the same thing. Jerry Heller told me this. Steve Yano told me this. If you want to be great, you have to be around the greats. Do you remember that time I told you I want to take you to that Mount Westmore?
Yeah.
Okay, and it didn't happen. I think you said your foot was hurting, or you were having a problem with your ankle or something like that.
Yeah, that's one. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That night, I was going to introduce you to E42 Short. I believe it was, who was it? Ice Cube and was it Snoop? I think all of those four was Mount Westmore. Yeah. Because I said, as a producer, I could only do so much. Right. But as a rapper, I have to bring you around the greats for you to see the way they conduct themselves, the way they perform, for you to elevate your game. Right. Because I'm just going to be honest with you. If you're just hanging around a bunch of swamp meat rappers, and
you're gonna produce.
That's what you're going to produce. Yeah. You're going to be just like them. You have to separate yourself. And that's why I knew that you were different. And that's when I said, okay, this kid has it. But for me to bring what's inside of him, I have to take him around the greats. So that's a gem for you rappers out there, for you producers out there, for you DJs, for you dancers. To be great, you have to be around the greats. And let me tell you something. That gem right there, I kept it since 1988 when Jerry Heller told me that. Okay, and then Steve reiterated that in 1991 when Dre dropped the Chronic album. And I was like, okay, I don't go around telling people those things. But you know what? I might as well, okay? So I wanted to take you there for you to see what it was like being around successful people. Right. You know, so with that being said, Spice One, you met him, and again, you felt, you know, starstruck. Did you feel that way about Be Real?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah?
Be Real, quick, sugar free. You know what I mean? Like, I met it, bro, like, to this day, that's what I always say. Like, it just wakes me out and puts me in a perspective where I really start just thinking about, like there's so many opportunities. Right. And a lot of shit really can happen. You know, you really just got to believe in yourself, I guess, if you want to put it in that way, too.
Right. Okay, now let me ask you this. You were here with Spice One. You were here with Be Real. I remember at the end of mine and Be Real's conversation, I told you, go ask him anything you want.
Yeah. I still remember that question I asked him,
Go ahead and repeat that question, because I'm going to tell you right now. Hopefully we got the same question, because you surprised me with that question. Go ahead and say it, and then I'll elaborate after.
So I asked him pretty much, how would he rehearse his music? How would he perform it? And from what I recall was that he told me, you just got to keep doing it. You just got to keep nailing it nonstop, you know, become almost Sixth Sense with it, you know?
Right.
And to this day, I still do that, you know what I mean? I still practice my shows, you know what I mean? Then again, speaking the last show that I done, To Live and Die in L.A.,
right.
I did the same thing. Those were the same words that were repeating in my mind. Just, you got to keep doing it. Keep repeating that move. You know, you got to get more air. You know, I remember he mentioned that. So that's why, like...
That's where I was going, because he talked about his breathing, and you brought that up as well.
Yeah, because of my asthma.
Okay.
You know, because of my asthma. Yeah, because that's just a bitch for me to be performing, you know? Like, and a lot of people don't notice that, especially when I'm spitting those, like, Bone Thugs type of flows. Like, it takes a lot of me, especially if I'm smoking, you know what I mean? Fucking just nonstop. So that's one thing that I always wanted to ask, let alone if it would be real, quick, free, anybody. You know what I mean? Anybody that has an idea on how to perform.
Right.
I always ask them that question. How are you when it comes to your oxygen? You know? Okay.
Now, I know one thing about him that he tells me that they do, when I say they, him and his team,
right.
I guess they have iPhones, when they have the iPhone watch, where they all can see their cardio.
Right.
And they do cardio every morning.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and he told me, he goes, I have to, because I tour a lot. He said, but I also smoke a lot, so I need to have my lungs prepared.
Right.
You know, now, I'm not a smoker, so I don't necessarily have to worry about that. But I will say that at least a good 15 to 20 minutes of cardio, you know, after your workout should do you good. Okay. Definitely. But my thing is that when you ask him that question, since I'm not a rapper, I was actually kind of impressed with that question, you know. But now, and then you were here with Julio G. Oh, yeah. How was it meeting Julio G?
Oh, same shit as I said last time, bro. That shit was dope as fuck. That shit was dope as fuck. You know, like I said, man, I used to hear him announce next songs on that video game all the time. You know what I mean? So like I said, I used to hear him all the fucking time, every single day, every single hour, you know? Just literally just getting little updates in that video game, right?
Right.
And that's why I say, like, it introduced me to look up his catalog, you know what I mean? Look up his work, you know? And that's from an early age, you know? Because once I seen his name on, I believe it was a Death Row compilation or something they released in general, where they had him tied up in the studio, and they had like some highness right there in the cut, like, oh, you know what I mean, doing their thing on the board. Right. So that's why I say, like, I seen him and I seen his name, and I started putting pieces together. So that's why my mind expanded so much at an early age when it came to music, because I started hearing these things at an early age, whether it be Julio, whether it be fucking Snoop, you know what I mean, whether it be fucking, I guess you could say, New Jack. You know what I mean? That genre, you feel me? Like, it all started from something small, which then I took upon myself to just do my own research.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah. So you were here, once again, for Spice One, Be Real, and then Julio G. And then you also met homeboy, he's hilarious, Spliff DTV.
Oh, yeah.
He is hilarious, bro. He's good. Who else were you here? Was there anybody else that you remember?
Trying to remember right now.
But there was a couple other people that I know I had you come and I had you meet. And again, the reason why I had you here was because I wanted you to receive something from them that me as a producer can't give you. You know what I'm saying? So only they can give you. In español, como se dice consejo or wisdom, you know, say, or knowledge or whatnot. That's why one thing about me that I believe has made me successful was that I, for some reason, have always met everyone that I ever wanted to meet. Always. I've had the best teach me, bro. So I really have no excuse, okay? In other words, because of everyone that I know, I have to win.
Right.
Okay? And that's the way you got to see it. If you met some of the greats, there's no reason why you cannot be great. Okay? Now, you have, but now, you know what? Let me back up a little bit. Let me say this. I always told people that if you're going to dream big, okay? Right. But when those doors start opening up, at least have the talent, you know, to dream that kind of big. Because when you finally walk through that door, you know, you got to have something to back it up. Right. And then when you have experience dealing with greats, now you've elevated your game to a whole nother level.
100%.
Okay. Now, do you see anybody right now, not to put you on the spot, but if there is, let's just say in the Chicano rap game,
okay,
do you see anybody right now taking it to another level?
I mean, right. Well, I'm not really up to date with a lot of too many rappers, except the ones that are pretty much that are like, I guess you could say on the surface of social media.
Right.
So I guess my best answer, you know, to be honest, bro, my best answer would probably be like, I guess Peso, but I don't think he considers himself Chicano rap.
Right. I know what you mean.
So like, I mean, and the reason why that answer was given is mainly because of the fact that the way that I guess you're supposed to network is exactly how you're supposed to do it. You know, like he's not holding back or let alone letting something be that barrier. And that's one thing that I take note, because I myself created multiple barriers when I was in that position, you know, and reflecting back on it now, I can look back and just be like, no wonder I fucked up, because I was focused on certain things that was fucking like, obviously it's not music. This isn't music. Why am I involving this with music, you know? Right.
And do you think that's a downfall for a lot of rappers that just happen to be raza, bro?
Every one of them. That's every one of them. And that's the fucked up truth, because when you actually converse with these people, they're actually, some of them are genuine individuals, you know, and I myself took it upon myself to speak with them and actually get to know some of them.
Right.
And when they opened up and they told me their experiences and the way that why they do their music or whatever, you know, I just start to think like, well, if you weren't really so focused or putting too much effort in trying to build your image, right, then I guess you'd have more opportunity to grow, because it's like nowadays it's more as in like who looks coolest.
Who looks coolest, yeah.
You know? Well, it's always been like that, but up until recent years, it's graduated into a whole other level, you know, if you want to put it like that.
There was, I don't know if I mentioned this to you last time you were here, but I think it's worth mentioning because I think it's very true. And I'm trying to remember the female. She was a black female. She was doing a podcast, and she said, growing up, we listened to people that were talented. Today, this generation listens to people that are popular.
That's true.
It is true. It is true. You know, it's like this, and this is not to downplay anybody's success, but I just need to make an example. Since we're talking about, we listen to people that were talented growing up compared to a generation now that listening to people that are popular.
So let me ask you this real quick before you go on. I'm sorry to cut you off. So do you think that music is purposely being dumbed down just for that very reason? Or do you think it's just because there's just no true talent? Like there's nobody out there really like trying to like show people the ropes or necessarily show them how to write just in English in general, like probably just write an essay for an example?
Okay, there's a lot to unpack there. So let me try to answer this question like this. When I met you, I thought you were between, let's just say a 1 being whack as fuck, a 10 being great.
Okay.
I thought that when I met you, you were between a 6 and a 7. Okay. And I thought in order for me to take you to that 10, I have to take you around greats. Okay. I never had the opportunity except for the ones that came here.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
I felt that I needed an entire year with you to develop and cultivate that gift that's inside of you so that you, in other words, iron sharpens iron. It was going to take time to bring that out of you.
Right.
But when you were going to come out, you were going to take over everything, in my opinion. Okay. We live in a generation that like, I did a song today, I got to release it tomorrow.
Yeah.
We can't do that. With you, I was doing something that we did in the 80s and 90s. It was called artist development. where we're developing the artist, whether it's their voice, whether it's their sound, whether it's their beats, whether it's their look. We were developing an artist so that you can stand out, so you can be different. Today, everybody's the same. Today, it's like, whoa,
Copy and paste.
Copy and paste. I like that new Kendrick. Let's start doing some of that Kendrick sound. I like that new Travis Scott sound. Let's do some of that new. So we're going with the flow instead of being original and standing out on your own.
Right.
Okay. Like I'll give you a perfect example. Genesis, Forever Genesis. The reason why I work with her, bro, is because she's her own person, bro. She didn't say, well, all these girls are doing this sound, this trap sound. Let's go with that. Let's try some reggaeton, or let's try some souldies. Everybody's doing it. No, she stuck to her sound, and her genre is funk, hip hop, and R&B. And I love it. I mean, if I had to compare it, it's like some old Mary J. Blige shit, Lauryn Hill type of shit. And I'm like, okay. You know what? She's got her own style. She's got her own sound. Yeah. She plays her own stuff. She tracks her own stuff. She writes her own stuff. What is there not to like?
Yeah, exactly.
So I was like, I'd rather go with that than the popular idiot, who's on TikTok. Because he's going to be forgotten in a month, if that. And then he's got to do the next spoof, the top, what he did last month.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which for some reason, and I don't know how, but they always manage to fucking top that one.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I don't even know how.
Yeah, I gotta top it. I gotta do this. I gotta eat a shit sandwich next time. Just to top it.
Yeah.
When you can create an album that can last 25 years. Okay, look at my record with High C is not the greatest record in the world. Okay,
but it's lasted.
It's lasted. This year in December it'll be 34 years, and I'm still getting booked for shows. Okay, my album is older than these rappers today.
It's older than me.
Okay,
Yeah.
And it doesn't mean that I'm better by any means.
You figured it out, though.
We figured it out. So you have to take those steps that work. Now, people today will say, Tony, you're old. Those styles doesn't work no more. Bro, give me a rapper right now that in 10 years you're still going to be bumping. There's none right now, bro. There's none.
Yeah.
Now, if I can flip, and hopefully I answered your question.
No, you did.
Okay.
You did.
I want to give a shout out to the Yodis because they've been here a couple of times.
Yeah, I met them.
They're making noise, okay?
Yeah, definitely.
I like their stuff, and they can rap.
They dropped an album recently, right?
Yeah, they dropped an album.
Yeah, that's
They
tight.
can rap.
Yeah,
Now, the bad thing is, when you just happen to be raza, and you are different, and you stand out, and because you don't blend in with everybody else, guess what?
Outcasted?
Yeah, you want to be black.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I understand that.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, why can't I just be me? No, it's because you don't rap. Órale, mija, ¿qué hubo, qué onda?
No, yeah, I get you. I mean, I get that.
And that's unfair.
No, it is. It definitely is, because at the same time, if you do music, you have an understanding of what it is already. But then again, if you're being yourself, being your own entity, if you will, then you're not really necessarily, like, I guess you could say, breaking any bonds between you know what I mean, or whatever you can, you know what I mean, like, of what I'm trying to say. Because at the same time, bro, I see that shit all the time with myself. I get criticized for being too wordplayish with it, or being too like East Coast with it. Because I love East Coast shit. Like you and I know, bro, that
of course
you can't get any better than that.
I don't know too many 20-year-olds that will, bump and play at your own risk driving up to my house. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, play at your own risk. And what's that other one?
Planet Rock. And then it was I Need a Freak. And then Friends. And then It's Like That.
There's another one, though. You put it on a post. You were like, it's either you're going to drop this one or you're going to drop It's Time.
Clear.
There you go. That's my shit right there, man. Oh, man, that shit, it's crazy, bro. It's crazy.
You take songs like It's Time and Clear.
Right.
We didn't need lyrics to dance.
No, hell no. I mean, the most powerful music, it has no words.
Think about that. So I don't need rappers. I'll just make instrumentals.
Yeah, exactly. Shit, bro, that's, to me, in my opinion, you can't even start a song without an instrumental. So I don't really think there will be any existence of any rappers. And I don't think people don't understand that until you really start digging deep and start seeing the foundation of how it all even began.
Right,
you know?
right. Well, I said it before, and I'm going to be releasing, hopefully, I don't want to say soon, but hopefully at the end of January, or was it June? I'm sorry, not January. I always get January mixed up with July. June, July, August. Maybe in August, I'll be releasing an instrumental album, but it will be this year. And these are just beats that I just had on my SP12, and I had on a digital audio tape that we call DAT, that Tony G's helping me transferring them over, and I'm going to be releasing them, and selling them, and whoever wants to buy them, it's going to be different genres of music, bro.
All right.
Yeah.
Shit, man. I hope he has some shit like that one song you did one time with Booyah Tribe.
Oh, okay.
That shit was hard as fuck, man.
Yeah,
That's just
okay.
clean, bro. That's just clean. I love shit like that, and to this day, I'm still fucking trying to hunt some shit like that, bro. Like,
Oh, good, man.
always, bro.
Okay, well let's talk about you. Did you drop anything
I've
recently?
been dropping multiple songs. I mean, it's like you said though. Like I recorded one day, then I drop it the next day. And the only reason why is because I got some advice from Conejo once, right? And he was mentioning, pretty much you want to flood the game. You just want to just drop. Because at the end of the day, that's what your supporters like. You know what I mean? They like listening to your shit.
Right.
So if you have dope shit, fuck it. You know what I mean? Just drop it. But obviously if it's whack, just keep it in the vault.
Right.
But to this day, and I know I keep saying that,
Right.
but at this very moment, I think I dropped about 4 to 5 projects.
Okay.
I mean, nothing too serious, of course, but just shit I put together. Some songs that I took from YouTube, from already original, already established artists.
Right.
But then again, I also did my own part, and I found a producer named Talented, Beats by Talented, right?
Okay.
That dude itself, bro. One thing I'll say, bro, is that he captures my sound really well. I can't say I have a lot of room to work and be like, oh yeah, let's develop my sound entirely.
Right.
But I found my bits and pieces, my little my puzzles, right? And I'm still trying to put them together. But
Right.
to this time, I'm still fucking missing some. But
Right.
it is what it is. I'm still having fun with it. As much as I
Right.
can, because
Right.
as I mentioned in some of my music, a lot of this shit is always gonna be ups and downs with it. I'm always gonna be trying to, keep my head above the water when it comes to this music shit. But at the same time, when it does get difficult, I just hope that people understand as well that when I put out a project, I'm not just gonna be busting out a gang of other songs as well either. It's always gonna take time to develop the art.
So I have to ask you a question. So you said flood the game.
Right.
Okay. So is it quantity over quality?
No, I mean, with that mentality, yes, that's what it sounds like, But
Right.
in my opinion, it shouldn't be like that, I just got so much shit to say. I feel like the quicker I put it out, the more I feel like I'm more relieved of it.
Okay.
Because a lot of the shit I write about is all about like my experience.
So it's therapy?
It's exactly therapy. It's exactly what it is.
Okay.
Exactly what it is.
I can understand that. Now, would you rather have 50 albums out in 3 years, and you're pretty much not remembered for one song, but they like your stuff because you flooded the game?
Right.
Or you could have 2 albums out in 2 years, and it'll be remembered within the next 30 years.
I'll definitely take the second option.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what I shoot for.
Yeah.
Because what we got? Black Magic? That's what
Yeah.
That was going to be a Chronic album, bro. And you know what? And it was supposed to be a big hit with no features.
Yeah. That's one thing I always tell people I work with too, bro. Like whenever you're starting off, it's always best. I'm gonna keep it real. The same shit you told me, I'll fucking try to explain it to them in my own best way.
And how do they take it?
I mean, they tell me straight up like, oh man, how the fuck am I gonna get out there then? How the fuck am I gonna be known, this and that? And I'm just like, bro, like just trust me. Like it works. Like it really
works.
does work. Like you just gotta believe in it. You just gotta be patient,
You know what it is, D, in this day and age, is let's just say I was working on your record. And I told you, I'm gonna tell you right now, D, it's probably not gonna come out till January. If you're cool with that, but we're going to the right studio, we're going with the right engineers, we're going with the right musicians. You like the way it's going. We know we're building something that's going to last.
Right.
The bad thing on the other side of that is that let's just say you aren't the person you are. You were very impatient, and you're seeing so and so and so and so and so and so and so dropping video after video after video after video. You start getting so anxious. You're like, Tone, we gotta drop something. That's the problem with rappers today, bro.
Yeah, and that to be honest, bro, it's becoming more of a bigger issue. The more the fact that we're dealing with apps like TikTok, because the more you pump out 30-second reels or whatever, you're just releasing the same shit over and over and over again, just different angles, different locations, different perspectives, but you're dropping the same shit. You're not really adding much to it except just doing the same thing, you know? And that's where I feel like there's just like a huge flaw when it comes to this music shit, because again, a lot of these people are fucking creative. Like, if you really look at it, bro, like, so many of these different artists have a reason to actually make music. Yeah. And they're being fucking overshadowed by individuals that don't have anything to say, and they just want to fucking be cool. You know, and I don't see anything cool about music besides actually being to fucking connect with shit. You know what I mean? Like, you connect with the sound. That's the cool part for me, you know. But I don't understand, like, when people are like, "Oh shit, he's famous, go fucking take a picture with him." It's like, bro, it's understandable, you know. Or
we have a generation today that if I could just get a feature with that guy, I'll blow up.
That's another fucking misconception. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, why? You know, you could just build your own shit. You know, you could be the one that people want to be in that position with.
You know, I want to share something with you guys out there that. This was told to me by the rapper Kilo, or AKA Down, who sings Lean Like a Cholo.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, I had him here, and he said something that really blew me away. He said, I had Snoop Dogg on my album. He's talking about his first album. I paid him. I had Nate Dogg. I had Dog Pound. And so he has some big names that were on the Chronic album, okay? Right. And he said, and nobody even knows those songs. He said, the one that they know was the one that I took as a fucking joke, was Lean Like a Cholo. He goes, that's the song. And I said, say that again, bro. And he goes, I thought that song was a fucking joke. He says, but that's the song that everybody knows. Nobody knows me for the other features. So when people have feature after feature after feature after feature, and then they say, I got 12 songs and I got 12 features, bro, that's a compilation, bro. Yeah. That's not even you pulling your own weight. What did I tell you? If you can't do an album by yourself, you know what you shouldn't be doing is, because you need to pull your own weight. Right. Okay. And I'm gonna show love to what credit is due. Also the Genesis. Okay. We have a 6-song EP. We were supposed to have at least 7, but we ended up going with 6. No features, just her, because she knew that if she can't pull her own weight, she shouldn't be doing this. Right. Okay. Right. And that's my advice. Now, some people may say, well, Tony, that's an old way of thinking. That's cool. But I'll guarantee you'll remember her album next year and the year after and the year after. Yeah. You know, over somebody that's talking about twerking, fucking shooting dookie dust all over the screen, you know. So I'm not for all that shit, bro. Yeah, no, you know, for the flavor of the week.
Yeah, of course.
You know, so. Of course. But if it's going to be a feature, look, I'm going to say it this way. Say that we were working on your album. Okay. And then you said, Tone, I want to bring in somebody. If we're going to bring in Be Real, or if we're going to bring in A Sugar Free, that song right there better be a fucking hit, bro. Yeah. Because we're not wasting our money with him or with whoever. Right. You know, it's got to be a hit. We're just not going to say we're going to just throw it on the album. Yeah. You know, so, but what do you think about that? What do you think about features, that people that pay for big name features thinking that they're going to make it?
They're wasting their money. I mean, flat out, just straight to the point. Yeah. They're wasting their money because at the end of the day, you're not supposed to worry about somebody trying to, you know, like trying to help you out to be this big old fucking artist when it comes to features, because it's just a feature. You know what I mean? Like, I've done to this day, I do my features basically for free. You know what I mean? Like, I don't really like get at people a certain way. Like, hey man, you gotta fucking do this and do that. You gotta hit me with a certain band or whatever. Man, I just tell them straight up, if you got some dope shit, if I feel like I can work with your shit, then fuck it, let's do it. You know what I mean? Like, I love doing this shit. You know what I mean? It's fucking fun to me. But when it comes to someone thinking like that, man, you're not thinking more about music at that point. You're thinking, as I said, you know, earlier, it's more about the image at that point now. You know, can you carry a couple cool points from them? You know?
Yeah, and that's one thing that, like, if you look at like Quick's album, And I'm gonna say it this way. So let me explain it right. He didn't have no features. Second to None's first album, no features. AMG's album, no features. High C's album, no features. You know what they did? Because there were no features from them. We just all rapped on each other's records. There was nothing to feature because nobody was a star.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But every single one of those records went gold. Every single one of those. We just all rapped on our records. We didn't go out and get a big name. We didn't go out and get an Eazy-E at the time or an Ice Cube or whoever the case may be. We just all rapped on our records and it worked. The chemistry was there.
That's what it is. You need more chemistry now.
More chemistry.
There's not. I wouldn't even say there's not. I want to say there hasn't been any chemistry since. I want to say, well, I listen to just old shit, so Bone Thugs. But if you really want to put it in the perspective of modern times, Migos, right? So I don't really see a lot of motherfuckers like being like, hey, man, let's do a fucking group.
Right.
Let's all believe in each other's dream. Let's all fucking pitch in all this ambition and passion and then try to blow up.
Right.
You know, I haven't seen that. You know what I mean? I've mainly seen people connect with their producers, their engineers, or people that own the studios, whatever the case might be.
Right.
It really doesn't connect with the person you're supposed to be making the art with. You feel me? Like it always leads back to like just you being on a solo tip, and if that makes sense.
Right. Well, I'm glad that you said that, and I'm going to tell you why. I seen an interview where Dre said something that was so powerful. He says, I can't get into a rapper using more than one producer for an album.
Yeah, you mentioned that to me before too.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I always thought, like, if me and you have the chemistry, then let's build this record.
Yeah,
okay?
exactly.
DJ Muggs produced Cypress Hill's first album. That's the only one I'm going to talk about. Instant classic because you don't have to skip.
Yeah.
DJ Quick produced Second to None's record. Instant classic. That's what, you know. Dr. Dre produced NWA, Eazy-E, the DOC. One producer, okay? Name me an album, and maybe you can help me out with this, Alex. Name me an album that has more than 6 producers.
Oh, 6 producers.
Yeah, and it's a classic or it's a hit.
I don't know about that one. I can't.
Because today, people are saying, oh, I got this producer, I got this guy dropped me a beat, I got a guy from Europe that emailed me a beat, I got a guy from Brazil that sent me a funk beat, and there's no chemistry.
That's the thing. Like the second they say, oh, they sent it to me.
They sent it to me.
That's the end of that conversation. You know what I mean? Like that, it ends right there, bro, because why are they sending it to you? You know what I mean? Like, man, you should be right there making it. You know what I mean?
You should be right there making it.
Yeah.
You should be right there cooking with them.
Yeah, exactly, man, exactly. Ain't no fucking fast food shit, you know what I mean?
Right. Okay, you know, there's some, somebody said something, somebody asked me a question, and again, I'm not trying to make a big deal out of it. Okay, somebody put Illmatic. How many producers were on the Illmatic? Okay, so go ahead and put them out there, bro. That's the Nas album, okay?
Yeah.
So my thing was this. Somebody sent me a reel that said that, with all due respect to Lefty Gunplay, I never met the guy. Like, we never formally shook hands. We were backstage. Me and High C, we did a show called Kings of the West with E40, Too Short, Snoop, you know, and a bunch of other people.
I think you posted a clip of
Yeah, and he just happened to be in the background.
Right.
In backstage.
Right.
And he said something. I go, what's up, Lefty? And he goes, hey, what's up, man? We're going to the top. No more Chicano rap. That's what he said. I was shocked that he said that, okay? And I actually have that on film, and it's for my members, anybody who wants to watch it. But here's what he said. He said, no more Chicano rap. So I know his mentality. Maybe he just looks at himself as an artist, not necessarily as a Chicano rapper.
Right.
But now, Kendrick was performing, I guess, at SoFi recently.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Okay, and then he was trying to get up on stage or whatever.
Yeah.
First and foremost, with all due respect, is that if you weren't invited, don't try to get up on stage.
Yeah.
You know, if DJ Quick doesn't invite me, I'm not going to get a VIP pass to go backstage and try to get up on stage as if I was invited. I wouldn't do that.
So it's kind of like similar as to saying, you know, why shake someone's hand if they're not putting their hand out first?
There it is there. Okay.
It's the similar, it's the same fucking thing. Right.
Okay, so this video showed that he was trying to get up on stage, and then and that's not what I'm trying to focus in on here. What I'm sharing is that somebody said that Kendrick Lamar used Raza for views and to sell records. Look it. With all due respect, bro, there was only 4 words on that song. If he would have just took that off and even took Peso's verse off, that album would have did the same thing.
Yeah.
So I cannot sit here and say that he used raza because all throughout rap history, they've never had to use us to sell records. We just like their music.
Yeah.
What I say is that if you're talented, release good music, bro.
Yeah.
And everybody would buy it.
Yeah, definitely.
You know how many of my black friends told me I loved La Raza from Frost? They all knew Cubo, Aquí estoy, MC Kid Frost. All of them knew that.
Yeah, hell
Okay?
yeah. Hell yeah.
They all knew, check this out, baby. They've even told me I learned Spanish because of that song. You know? Or we were chilling in the park.
Yeah.
Release good music
Yeah, no doubt.
and it'll sell.
Yeah, hell yeah. That's why I feel like, bro, people don't really get the understanding of, bro. Like they're just like, I gotta pay someone to make that shit.
Yeah.
You know, but it's like, bro, like you gotta really dig deep into your soul to bring that out. You know, and I know it sounds cringy or corny, whatever the fuck you might people take it as, but man, you really gotta think about it. You know, like,
Yeah.
are you really gonna just pay someone money to just make some shit where you're not gonna have no judgment on it? You're not gonna just fucking really have no idea what you're getting at all. Like you're just gonna just be like, fuck it, this is a cool ass beat from a famous person. That's not how it's gonna work. You know what I mean? Like if you're really gonna be on some, I want to take this artistry to another level. You want to be a true artist. You want to be a true MC, rapper, whatever you want to call yourself. You got to be able to, you know, do the nitty gritty work. You know, you got to really get your hands dirty and be able to understand the foundation and the base of it all. You know, because it's all gonna lead back to as in where if you really know what you're doing, or if you're just gonna be as in, oh, I'm looking at this shit on social media, so I'm gonna go pick up a camera or fucking pay someone to do this and do that. Like that's how I look at it now. You know, and I can fucking tell you straight up, bro, like flat out, man, I can spot that shit from a mile away. That's why, like I said, bro, I'm not really involving myself with music like that because of that same reason. You know? Like it's a repetitive cycle, and I don't want any part of that shit. You know what I mean?
Right. Okay, before I ask you a question, I just want to bring something back to the Kendrick Lamar Squabble Up video.
Okay.
You seen that part where he had Raza in there dancing?
From the Funny Bones crew.
I don't know where they were from.
Yeah, Burst Rock. That's
Him. I had him here before.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Him and a couple other people that were in the background dancing.
Right.
First and foremost, I thought it was a blessing to see the Chicano, especially LA culture in the video.
Hell yeah.
Okay, black and brown together.
Oh, I wanted to tell you something.
Okay, go ahead.
Before you continue to add on to that. You seen Sinners?
No, I haven't yet.
You should go see it.
Okay, I heard it was good.
It was amazing.
Okay, my friend Violet Brown told me that it was a good movie.
It was amazing. You know what I mean? And it has a lot to do with music. And the same conversations we have, you're going to see it in physical form right there in the screen. Okay. It's actually crazy. It's dope.
Okay, now that video Squabble Up, when I saw it, I thought it was dope.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I saw black and brown. I thought that was dope. Okay.
Yeah, hell yeah.
But the sad part is that you have podcasters with no imagination that just want to create drama. They want to create beefs and they want to create, gossip. Did Kendrick Lamar use us? He didn't use anybody, bro. Look, take that little part out and the song will still do the same thing.
Man, that's okay. So
See or no?
It's true, 100%.
Okay.
So that's what.
Why can't we just appreciate it, bro, that we came together in a video?
I don't know, man. See, in my honest opinion, bro, I never understood that. Like, why is there always gonna be some like negative backlash towards something and trying to be positive? But then again, every man has their own opinion, so I can't force someone to be like, man, you gotta stop and quit it. You know what I mean? But that's why I just take it as much as I can, like just possible.
Now think about this. Okay, they hated on Kendrick for that. Okay, to me that's nothing new, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because we hate on each other.
Yeah, fuck, bro. I'll just say I agree with that.
So when Kendrick got the hate, I was like, okay, we hate on each other. And I come to the conclusion, I've been podcasting a little bit over 5 years, that nobody can out-hate us. And I say that shamefully. Nobody can out-hate us. Yeah. Because as soon as one of us starts doing good, fuck that lame.
Trust me, I know. No, I know.
But you know what I want to do? If you are a victim of that, keep going.
Yeah.
Keep going, because there are people that are looking for you to win. That you are an encouragement to some people. Like, we can make it despite all the negativity.
Right.
Okay? Right. And always remember, the hate comes from the bottom and never comes from above. Okay? Up here, above, we collab. Down here, all the bottom feeders, that's where the hate comes from, bro. So, you know, winners don't hate on losers. Remember that. So whoever's hating on you is a fucking loser. Period. I'll just give you guys some content. So, anyways, make sure you guys tag me. But anyways, I'm just telling the truth because that's what we see.
Yeah.
That's what we see. You know, but okay. Now, let's look at, for an example, a good video, which is yours. Okay. Today, you have rappers that are paying platforms for views.
Oh, yeah. That's another issue.
Okay. Let me give you guys an example. There's a platform on YouTube, and I'll say their name because I spoke to them before, and I know the guy who started the page. So there's no animosities, and I need to say that first before somebody takes me out of context. Right. It's called Latin Beast.
Oh man, rest in peace, Bams.
Okay, yes.
Yeah.
And they provide a platform for if anybody you want to be seen,
right,
come to my platform.
Yeah.
Now, the reason why I bring them up is because now, first and foremost, you don't have to go to their platform.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, of course.
But there was a guy that hit me up and goes, man, I got me 100,000 views on Latin Beast. That's what he said.
Yeah,
what he told me. So he thought I should interview him for that. So here's what I said. Was that on your platform or their platform? Well, it was on theirs. And I said, well, you want to impress me? Start up your own page and release it and see if you get the same 100,000. Okay? Now, we released our video on your platform. We had 2 songs on 1 video.
Right. And that shit was rocking. To this day, everybody compliments it, bro.
You still got over 100,000.
Yeah.
And then your second one got double or triple, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
The point I'm trying to make that was your platform. You didn't pay anybody.
Right.
To do that. Now today, people say today you need money. I understand you need money for promotion. Yeah. I understand you need money for merch and for product because record labels ain't giving out deals, and if they do, they're gonna bone you.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So my thing is this: if you want to make it, you got to invest in yourself. But I can appreciate someone that releases something and is successful on their platform. They didn't have to pay somebody. Right. Okay. So with that being said, my question is this. How many years now would you say, how old are you right now, if you don't mind me?
24.
24. Yeah. So I met you when you were 20. How long would you say you've been in the game now? 5 years, 4 years, or longer?
I've been doing this shit since I was 18 years old.
18 years old.
Yeah. So and when I was 18, that's when I first started with like those camera videos. You know what I mean? Like just walking around the neighborhood, just fucking doing my thing, you know, trying to impress the homies. But I would say
and those views were stupid.
Yeah, bro. Like,
and that was your shit.
Yeah. That's what fucking. I was on a private account. Everybody was requesting me. I made it up to 45,000 requests
on a private account.
Private account. All because I was just posting shit on my account. People like Latin Beast, people like Lost Arts District, people like Pinoy Visuals, like A1A Valley pages. You know what I mean? Like all these gang pages, whatever. They will repost my shit and then they'll crop my name at the bottom so you can see my shit, right? And if you see it, like if you see some old footage, you'll probably see like it's just a neck tattoo of mine, right? That just says vowels, right? It's from my neighborhood. And like, yeah, that's what trips me out, bro. This was like almost like 2019, 2018 almost, bro. And people to this day, bro, they come up to me, they're like, man, I fucking used to listen to your shit in middle school. And I'm like, how old are you now? And I was like, man, I'm a fucking grown person. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, bro, literally, I was on Rockwood one time, right? And I ran into them. And they all fucking surrounded me. They were banging on me, whatever. You know, I want to give it up to Trooper and fucking and Lux, too. You know, good peoples, bro. Because to keep it real, bro, they recognized me out of nowhere, bro. Out of fucking nowhere. They just told me straight up, like, hey, man, what the fuck? Like, don't you have a rapper from your hood? This and that. And I was like, man, that's fucking me, man. That's me. They just all started wigging out, man. They just all started telling me, like, man, I used to bump your shit like crazy, middle school, fucking high school, you know what I mean? Like, all this other shit, you know? And then they busted out that song, Ride, Slide. You know what I mean? That one?
That was fucking classic.
Bro, to this day, I feel like that's my most known song.
And that was going to be our next single.
Yup.
And it was stopped.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just
No, yeah, I feel you, bro. Trust me. I know. I've done a lot of reflecting, bro.
On TikTok, that song, and it was just a homemade video, got millions of views. And I said, the crowd just told you what your next hit is.
No, straight up, it did. It did. Yeah.
But we'll leave that one alone. Okay. Okay. Now, I want you to explain to people.
Okay.
How you were making those videos? How you were making those? Because when I asked you, I was like, "There's no fucking way you were doing that."
Oh man, bro, I just fucking.
Didn't you have like explain? Didn't you have like your cell phone playing the music in your back pocket?
Yeah, I had 2 phones.
Okay, walk us through that. How did you film those?
Okay, so let's say I'm fucking just about to start, right? So I got 2 phones with me and I got a homeboy with me that I just for sure 100% trust. Okay, the cops come. Okay, let me know whatever, right? So we post up in the cut and I tell this dude, okay, I'm gonna start walking this direction. All I'm gonna need you to do is just follow me with the camera. You know, if I take a little pause right here, pause right there too. Don't get too close, don't get too far. Pretty simple rules, right?
The camera, you talking about a cell phone?
Cell phone.
Okay.
Cell phone. All with an iPhone. You know what I mean? So again, started shooting, we rolled it, whatever, we did the thing. Fucking, I made sure that shit looked like, you know what I mean, some real dope shit. At least how I imagined it, it came out how I see it, right?
Yeah.
So after that, bro, like
but what are you using for music? That's what I'm saying.
no, literally just my phone. My phone.
Where was your phone at?
In my back pocket.
So you would just play the beat in your back
Just
pocket?
play the beat, bust the flow, just like how I was practicing it at home.
And it wasn't even that damn loud.
Nah. Cause I made sure it wasn't that loud. I had to make sure it was around like 2 to 3 levels above, like just being mute.
Okay.
Mainly because that way I could edit it on iMovie on my phone and pretty much just throw the beat on top of that. That way it doesn't overlap it with the already fucking audio I have
With
in
the
there.
pre-recorded audio.
Yeah. So I was just trying to be creative with it. You know what I mean? That's what hip hop is. You gotta make best of what you can.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? Like if you like music, if you love music enough, you'll be able to do what you can with what you have.
Right.
You know, you don't need a fucking $1,000 equipment just to make a fucking song. People have been recording shit on their phone for years already.
Okay. Now this is what I want to say. Okay, you made that happen and got all together. Let's just say if you had a guess, would you say you've hit combined with all your homemade videos on your private account at least over 1 million views?
I would say so, yeah. Because one video was already at 1 million, so yeah.
Okay, easy. Okay.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying, guys, is that this is the person that did some Mickey Mouse recording.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And you had a private account, so it wasn't exposed to everyone.
Yeah.
And it was able to hit way over 1 million views.
Yeah.
That was making it happen.
Yeah.
See, that was part of what I was like, there's something up with this kid. Like, there's something special with this kid. Like, let's tap into it, you know? And I'll be honest with you, and I'll go ahead and admit it, and I haven't had a shot or a beer yet. I told you that we're not doing features with nobody. We're not doing features. When your album comes out and it blows the fuck up, now the price just went up. You want a feature? That's 5 G's for a verse.
Yep.
Okay, because you come to him, he didn't come to you.
Right.
You know, and if we don't like your beat or your rap, we're giving you your money back.
You know what's funny? I told someone $500 one time. They told me straight up they didn't have it. They were like, nah, you know what? That's just too much. And I was like, I guess, dog. You know what I mean? But that's just, you know.
You know why? Because these guys don't even have money, bro.
That's what I was gonna say too, bro. Like I feel like a lot of shit is just really just a facade, bro. Like it's becoming almost irritating, bro. Like
they don't have money.
Yeah.
There was a guy, a trap rapper, face full of tattoos, has a brand new grill every day. Probably got it from the indoor, fake chain. You know, he's probably gonna get a yeast infection with all of them skinny jeans that he be wearing. Okay, and he's talking about, yo, Tony, I need some beats. I pay cash straight up, $50 a beat. $50 a beat. And I just said, bro, that's not even fucking gas money and enough for a hamburger special.
Man, that's insulting just to ask that.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, $50 a beat.
Man, yeah, I don't know.
Do the math, and he wanted 10 songs.
Oh, shit. Damn.
Yeah, lo mandé a la verga straight up. I'm like, I'm good with you, bro.
No, I feel that one, bro.
Tony, hey, this is Chicano rappers. The next headlines.
Yeah.
Look, don't misquote me. Misquote me. I don't care. But anyways, bro. So my thing is, you know, say you're the type of guy that's, hey, how much are those Jeezy shoes? Do you guys, Alex, do you know how much of those Jeezy shoes are?
Jeezy shoes?
The Yeezys?
Jeezys, whatever.
Oh, like young
Jeezys.
I think they're like $800. Like
Okay,
the minimum.
say you see a rapper with $800, right?
Right.
And how much are some expensive jeans?
Like
like 1,000.
Okay, like 1,000. I only wear 501s.
I was gonna say $60.
Okay, let's just say you wear a nice, I don't know, a nice Ferragamo belt. I think those are like $300-400. Say you wear a nice shirt. What are guys wearing? Versace today still? What are they wearing?
Military belts.
Yeah. Say you spend $500 on a shirt because my son's got some of those shirts. Okay.
Okay. Like the purple jeans and like
Some
the
shit like that.
shit
Say
I
you're
know what
wearing
talking about.
over
Yeah.
$3,000 worth of gear.
Yeah, I know.
But you want to spend $50 on a fucking beat.
Man, I tell you, go pawn that shit.
Yeah, that's the problem, bro.
Yeah,
That's the problem with a lot of today's rappers is that they want to look the part
Yeah.
and don't even have the damn talent. Like, honestly, go get a job, bro.
Yeah, exactly. Shit, I want to go get a job, man. I'm good at rapping.
Yeah,
So-
you'll make more money in a year working at Subway.
Oh yeah, bro. Man, see, a lot of people don't understand, bro. Like, I feel like some people really gotta look into a job, bro. Because on the real,
Yeah.
man, like, man, just like it doesn't matter if you're getting the money enough to be able to pay for the promotion, be able to pay for the videos. It doesn't matter, bro.
Right.
Like, like, damn, you know what I mean? Just fucking drive a forklift. Though, who cares?
Right, drive a forklift. Okay, remember MC Breed, rest in peace.
Yeah, right.
Ain't no future in your frontin'.
Right.
Song still a classic, right?
Still a classic.
You reverse that. People are fronting for a future.
Shit, man, that's a bar right there.
See
bro.
or no?
Yeah, man, no, that's a bar right there. Man. We go off tops right now and shit.
Right, people
Hell
are
yeah.
fronting for a future.
Hell
and,
yeah.
and that's what's happening. Like,
Yeah, hell yeah.
look, I would rather say I work, bro, but I'll pick you up in my Escalade.
Exactly.
I drive a forklift. I make $30 an hour.
Yup.
You know what? I work good out 40 hours a week, and I get to do this on the side because I love it.
Yeah.
And I might get a couple of shows compared to the guys that got the blue check mark sleeping in his mom's couch.
Oh yeah, man. I'm gonna just leave it at that. I'll let you tell it.
Stop running for a future. You
I'll
know?
let you tell it, cause hey, man, on the real, that's exactly how it is, bro. You know
Yes.
what I mean? Like, people pay attention to that blue check mark more than anything. It's like, bro, you gotta fucking be able to, if they could check the mic. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Goddamn, you know, but.
Yeah, you got a blue check mark, but every time you go perform, you're scared to get checked.
Exactly. It's like, what the fuck, bro? Like, but hey, you know, man, I can't call it, bro. You know?
Yeah. No, well, I guess the whole thing is that you just have to be real with yourself that if the music
Yeah.
isn't paying your bills, go get a job, bro.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Go get a job. You know, I do want to give them credit. Like the Yodis, they own their own barbershop, bro.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, you can go get your haircut from them.
Oh shit.
And they still spit. You know what I'm saying?
Shit,
they still do shows.
They get off though, bro. Like
Yeah.
that's one thing, bro, that I really wish that they get more limelight, bro, because they are some heavy spitters,
Yeah.
bro. Like on the real, like they
Right.
know how to make music, their concept, their visuals,
Yeah.
their passion for it as well. You know, it's all there. You know,
Yeah.
now it's just more as in like just waiting for that time to come.
Yeah.
You know, because that's how I feel, bro. I know they're gonna make it. I mean, they already made it in my eyes, fucking. You know, because they're doing their shit. You know, what I mean?
Right.
I met them at Cookies on Melrose, right?
Uh-huh.
So. They were cool peoples, bro. They kept it cool, you know what I mean? They conducted themselves hella cool, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
they were with it, bro.
Yeah.
And then when I started listening more to their music, I was like, damn, bro. See, I was really just chopping it up with these dudes, man. I could have just fucking just shown them some of my shit, you know what I mean? Because
Right.
I'm over here on the same shit as them, you know?
Right.
The only thing is, though, I feel like they didn't give up. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
they didn't look at it like, man, this is bullshit. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
they're like, okay, well, we know it's bullshit, but we're gonna keep pushing with the shit.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? Like till the wood starts getting flat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
We're going to take a 1 minute break, D, and then I'm going to come back, and then I got to ask you a real question.
All right.
Okay.
Shit.
Alex, let's go ahead and let's pay our bills. Once again, everybody, to live and die in LA, make sure you guys save the date. I will be there in the building. I know Conejo will be there performing, and I know Dub C, he's already booked. He'll be there. And as a matter of fact, even Forever Genesis will be performing there. I believe I may be wrong, but I believe that's going to be our first LA performance, and it's always a big festival there. If you guys want to get a good picture of the LA culture, if you guys have never been there and you guys are from out of town, you guys want to come in, July 19th to Live and Die in LA, and I believe the address is there. Tickets will be going on sale soon, and they do go by fast, and there's a lot of vendors, a lot of food, there's a lot of music. It's a good show. You guys don't want to miss that. So once again, I will be in the building as well. I thought I was going to be podcasting, but we went to the building and they didn't have a room quiet enough with high-speed internet. So I'm not going to be doing that after. I could have done it pre-recorded, but it takes the fun away from it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So let's go to the next one. And once again, everyone, Forever Genesis new music. Her album dropped in February. This is a hidden gem. I was a part of it. I produced one song. I co-produced 3 songs. Dominator co-produced a song. Chris Gup Taylor engineered, mixed and mastered my song. And then Tony G, the Cadence mix master, did the rest. I truly do believe that if you guys are into the hip-hop, R&B, and funk genre, you guys do want to pick up this EP, because I believe this EP will be around for the next 5 years, at least in my opinion. I wouldn't get behind it if I didn't believe in it. I would never have gone behind Mr. D if I didn't believe in him. Other than that, you don't hear me getting behind too many other people. Okay? It's these two, and that's pretty much it. Okay? 2 very talented individuals. So, and believe me, those of you that have bought her hard copy, her USB, or went to her YouTube, you can take your Obama phone to your TV screen right there and go ahead and click the QR code. And definitely go subscribe and listen to her music. We're getting ready to shoot another video for a song called Ecstasy. Okay, so let's go to the next one. If you guys have not seen her video, Lost in You, that's the single that we're pushing. Once again, after you finish eating your top ramen, walk up to the screen and scan it, and make sure you guys go check out her video, Lost in You. It's a funk song, it's a funk classic, and that was co-produced by DJ Dominator, and you guys will not be disappointed. Other than that, let's go to the next one. And once again, I'm proud to say that we hit over, I think we're about to hit 110K with Sugar Free. This was, I think, like a 3-hour interview, and he dropped gems. So if you're a simp, AKA a mandelon, I think you need to watch this. I think you can learn, and I think you can start putting your lady in place by listening to this man's gems. So believe me, I had a bunch of mandelones that already wrote me, that emailed me, that DM'd me, that inboxed me and told me, thanks, Tony, because I've been freed. So once again, thank you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you guys go ahead and check that out. Episode 315. Episode 315. Okay, let's go, Alex. Okay, so we're back now with Mr. D. Okay, now, Mr. D, I got to ask you a question.
What's up?
Since you've been 18, you've been in this business. Okay, what is one thing, if there is one regret, what is one thing that you regret after being in this business since you've been 18 years old and you're 24 right now?
Trusting the wrong people.
Trusting the wrong people. And when you look at that for a second, before we unpack that, it almost seemed like it had nothing to do with your rap, your talent, your drive. It had to do with, would you say, the business side of it?
I say it would have to do with everything.
Everything.
Yeah, because trust goes a long way.
Okay.
So it could really apply whether it be business, personal,
Okay.
support, anything in general. It all bases off of the fact whether or not you can be there for someone, and that itself is trusting. And if you can't have that, then what the fuck do I have you around for?
Well, you know, that's why I say, and I'm glad we're talking about this, because for people that are in the rap game and they want to make it, a lot of times they think that the more people they have around them, the more it looks like they're making it. They have an entourage. This is my crew. This is my team. And in reality, you probably only have one guy in that whole crew that you can probably trust.
Yeah.
Okay? My team is so small, I almost cut myself off. Okay?
Yeah.
You have to have a small team, bro.
Yeah. You definitely do. You definitely do. In my opinion, bro, I'm going to put it like this. I would take off my hat, but I'm sweaty right now. But so
it's all good.
Put it like this. I got it tatted on my forehead. I put trust no one. So that itself should answer that question as much as it should. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, I look at myself in the mirror every day and I tell myself, I have it on my skin, and I still chose to go against the grain of it. So that being said, that's why I say it all really leads back onto your own personal decision. You know, so you can only be the only one to blame at the end of the day.
Yeah. I think for me, my biggest regret is not learning the business. I always depended on my manager. My mistake was this, that I thought that he would always be there. And I believed he could have, but he tragically passed away. Like it was somewhat of a freak accident, climbing a ladder and you fall off.
Right.
But to that point, we were good. Tony, you know, you want me to take care of this? He took care of my taxes, my phone, everything. So all I had to do was like, he didn't want me to worry about anything. Just work, Tony. Just work. So, but again, I thought I would always have him, and I never took the time to learn the business. So I always tell everyone that I interview, please learn the business, because
You definitely do. But it's the same thing as Nipsey said in the interview. That's one thing that I really, you know, I always try to tell people to do the research on, because sometimes, don't get me wrong, you hear some rappers say some really fucking some shit that you really gotta hear.
yes,
And one thing that he said was that exactly right there. You know what I mean? That pretty much you gotta learn the business, bro. If not, you're gonna be getting burned every second. You know, and I guess if you really want to take it back into the older years, right?
yeah,
Prince.
yes,
You know what I mean? So it's like you have all of these different peoples that you can use an example of, and it's really up to the artist to do that research themselves and understand that the possibility of getting burned is always likely compared to when you know what you're stepping into.
yes. And my thing is this, that is my biggest regret. Me being an older man now, I'm thinking, man, I made a big mistake. I should have just learned it, and you know. But at the same time, D, you cannot win without a team. So there's going to be a time where you do have to trust people.
Yeah.
And your team could possibly consist of one. It could possibly consist of two, you know. But sooner or later, you do have to leave that door open for trust.
Right. Definitely do.
You know. But it's always good to, like, my team is small, bro. And everybody does what they're supposed to be doing. Okay. But at the same time, I have to give credit where credit is due. I couldn't win without them.
Right.
Okay. You can win without a team because you're only one person. For an example, let's just say that you had somebody like me on your team that said, I'm going to get you on these shows. Okay. Now, maybe you don't know those promoters, but I do. I'm going to get you an interview on the Breakfast Club.
Yeah.
Maybe you don't know them, but I do. I'm going to get you on Dr. Green Thumb, okay? After this, we're going to shoot our video. I got my guy from Arizona coming down, okay? I'm going to get you in the movie, D, okay? You're going to be starting in the movie because I believe you got what it takes. Now, all of these opportunities came, okay, through your team, okay? Because maybe you didn't have those connections.
Definitely didn't.
But you know what? But the connection that you do have with the member of your team, he recognizes your talent. So you know what? He goes forward and says, we're going to get this, we're going to get this, we're going to get this. And at the end of the day, he's never going to say, you won, we won.
Right.
We won, because that's what makes a team.
Right.
So my message to a lot of the young artists is get yourself, even if it's just a small team, even if it's just one or two people, and it's just not you winning, all of you win, because this could not have been made possible if it wasn't for those one or two individuals.
Right.
You know, and then when you do start climbing and people do start making it, you know what? Maybe your team should get smaller because you're going to get more leeches.
Yeah.
You know, so.
That's what I always think about every fucking day when I reflect on this shit, bro. It's like you have to really be able to understand, I guess you can say, the difference between someone who truly wants you to succeed and someone who just wants to be in the success itself.
Yes. Oh, there's people that want to be in the studio with you, see your work, see how it's done. They support you. They go around telling people about you. And then you got those people that just want the front row seat in case you fail. Think about that. Yeah, I was there when that lame. Yeah. They're out there.
Yeah, no, I know.
Okay.
I know.
Then you got the other ones that you're building, but they're stealing bricks so that they can build over here. Hey, bro, I'm going to go hit up his producer. Hey, bro, I'm going to go hit up his musician. Hey, bro, I'm thinking that the formula that you have going on, that they can just take it and create the same magic that you're creating. But they forget they're not you.
Right.
See, and that's where you stand on your feet and say, go ahead, pal. You know, that's why every idiot with a camera and internet thinks they're a podcaster.
Oh, bro.
Okay. Here's how you know that they're not talented. Okay. And I'm going to give them some more content. Okay. If their podcast just surrounds drama, beefs, okay, and gossip, you're not even real.
Yeah.
You're just a fart in the wind.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Hell
You're
yeah.
a dime a dozen, period.
Right.
Okay, because if that's all you're doing, you're just bringing division. Period. Yeah. You can go ahead and get all your stupid numbers, but sooner or later, you're going to piss somebody off and you're going to have to go outside, pal.
Yeah.
Everywhere I go, D, I go by myself. And you know what? And people show me mad love.
Me too, bro. Shit. Fucking, I don't like bringing people with me, bro, because I always tell people, bro, if anything cracks, bro, just walk away. Yeah, I mean, I'm always by myself, bro. Always.
Yeah.
You know?
And that's the thing. And people always show me love when they see me by myself. Hey, Tony, I guess you're a real one. Why do you say that? Because you said you go everywhere by yourself. I don't need an entourage, bro. Nobody behind me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, hell yeah.
You know, I don't. That doesn't mean I'm a tough guy.
Yeah, it just means that's you.
Yeah, I'm just a real man, bro.
Yeah.
Dude, you're not a real gangster. No, but I'm a real man, bro. I'm a real man. It has nothing to do with being from a gang, bro. It's you as an individual, you as a man, you disrespected me. So when I say you, I'm going to talk to you about it.
Right.
And indeed, that doesn't make me a tough guy. But that just tells you that you're not going to be able to talk to me any kind of way. Exactly. You know, and it doesn't even have to go that route. You know what I'm saying? Why can't we just be cool and support each other? But there are people that just always have something stupid to say.
Yeah.
So with me, I'd rather encourage you and bless you and uplift you with knowledge and wisdom, whether it's about life or whether it's about music. But you'll always get something that'll fuck you. Okay, pal.
Man, I met people, bro. I don't even want to. Okay, so if the second I say this next word, it's already obvious who I'm gonna say because they know who they are.
Okay.
Right, but let's just say I know an individual who's around your age. This individual pretty much told me straight up, man, like, hey, man, like, you gotta fucking do this, do that. If not, you ain't gonna fucking make it. Right. Next thing you know, started seeing I wasn't doing it. Told me flat out, oh, man, you ain't gonna fucking make it. You ain't gonna fucking make it. What are you doing this for? Da, 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 da.
Right.
That's what I mean. I got that all the time. I got that shit all the fucking time. You know what I mean? So that's another thing that, you know, a lot of new artists don't understand. So when I do find individuals that I fuck with, you know what I mean? I like their music, man, I fucking motivate the shit out of them. You know what I mean? Like, I know we had spoken about it earlier, right? But there's a page, bro, that posts different artists from the Valley, dog. And they're all new. They're all new. All of them.
Right.
All brand fucking new. One thing that I will say, bro, is that the ones from North Hollywood specifically, I reached out to and I let them know, bro, like, whatever you need, I'm right here. You know what I mean? Whether it be a nurse, guidance, whatever. Like, doesn't matter. Like, as long as these dudes stay motivated, as long as they're fucking, like, doing their shit, you know what I mean? Like, doesn't matter, bro. I'll fucking bust out a verse in a fucking hour. You know what I mean? Like, in 20, 30 minutes, bro, I'll fucking have that shit done. And I'll make that shit sound fly. You know? And it's all because of the fact that I don't want these dudes to give up on their dream. You know what I mean? Because the second I start advocating for the fact that I want them to be like, oh, you got to be more selfish, you got to be more self-centered, yada, yada, yada. But then it becomes more as in the fact that I'm more not taking my own passion and my own belief serious. So that's why I choose to do similar as to what you did with me. You know, like to be uplifting, show some type of guidance, and also to remind them the possibilities.
Right. You know, and I'm glad you brought that up because eventually we're going to get into an individual that you're working with right now. Right. You know, but I want to say this. We'll take your example, what you said. You had somebody in your face telling you, you need to do this, you need to do it that way, you need to do it here, you need to do it now, or else you're not going to make it. Okay, that's kind of what you said, right? Yeah. Okay. My question to that individual, if I'm from the outside looking in and I heard him talking to you, whoever the case, or if it doesn't necessarily need to be you, but just any other artist, you're not going to make it because of this. You know what I would say? Have you made it? Yeah. Think about that. Have you made it? Are you a rapper? Are you a producer? How do you know what it takes to make it if you're not even in this rap game? That's just an honest question. It's not a question to start a beef or to start an argument. But it's like you're telling this person that this is the blueprint. So I take it that you've been successful already.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, so if that's the case, show me what you've accomplished. Show me what you have done.
Yeah, show me the way.
You know, until then, don't say nothing.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of like the same. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you this. So when I was barely coming up, right? I was always gang banging, bro. I was always doing some bullshit. My clothes were always fucked up. So whether it have fingerprints from spray cans or fucking a torn fucking piece of my shorts because I fucking jumped the fence, there's always something, right? Okay. And there was one particular time when I was fucking pretty much recording, right, a song with with my phone, right?
Yeah.
So I get hit up by a close friend of mine. He started fucking getting at me because of the shoes I was wearing. You know, they're all fucked up.
Yeah.
Right? They were all like busted up, whatever, all black, whatever.
They were
and
old.
They were white. Yeah, exactly. They were old, right? But I didn't have money. You know what I mean? I barely turned 18, you know what I mean? And I'm still right here in my gang banging mode, just trying to fucking keep the homies proud. But when I got that reaction, the first thing I thought, bro, was just like, damn, so I'm gonna get criticized, but instead of getting criticized, I don't get told anything else. Like, they don't tell me, oh, like, you know, oh yeah, here's a couple bucks, or let me show you how to get this money so you can get something better or some shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, if you're gonna criticize, show an outlet in order to get out of that position.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's one thing that I always try to tell people, because anybody that criticizes you, they're either gonna do it from a good place or just straight out fucking hatred.
It's just hate. It's either going to be constructive or hatred.
Exactly, constructive. That's what I was looking for.
Right. So here's my thing. It's any idiot can hate, bro.
Yeah.
And again, the hate comes from the bottom.
Right.
It never comes from on top. Okay.
Right.
And no matter how they try to spin it, well, you know, I'm not hating, but you know, me and you took a picture outside. We went live, or I think you were just here to meet someone. And I think you had like some old Nike Cortez, and we were kneeling down. And I remember I was wearing my Cowboys jersey.
Oh, when we were by the tire.
Yeah, I think Ralph M. was here.
Yeah.
Okay.
I had a blue hat, blue jersey.
Okay.
Yeah.
So somebody messages me, Tony, his shoes are fucked up.
Yeah.
Okay. You know what I did?
What?
Let me. I said, why don't you kick? I'll send you his Cash App. Do you think he sent me anything? No.
Hell no, of course not.
No.
That's funny.
Yeah, if you don't like it, ask him for his Cash App. And, you know, break him off something. You know what I'm saying? Don't just talk shit.
Man, trust me, bro. I'm already knowing, bro. Like, man, I just wish the homie was here, bro, because he would have told you some crazy shit. You know what I mean? Like, I fucking, you know what I mean? Like, I'm the perfect example to be like, oh, okay, I've been through it, so I know what it feels like. I'm not gonna let you go through it. I'll just put it like that. Right. You know what I'm saying? So that's 100% truth what you're saying.
Okay, dog. Okay. Like me, I'm not the type of guy that's gonna be wearing Versace or
no, of course not.
Gordachi or Fucci.
Yeah.
Okay, nothing like that. Okay.
Yeah. Right.
This shirt, I believe it was from Kohl's.
Okay.
$12. I'm a Star Wars guy. Okay. These Dickies are from Fashion Town. So much love to Jen, Fashion Town. These low bottom blue Chucks from WSS.
Okay. Yeah.
And this hat's from Fashion Town. So the only thing I spent was like $69. My calzones and socks, Fashion Town. Okay. I'm not an expensive type of guy.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. But if you want to criticize me, I have less than $100 worth of clothes on.
Yeah.
Because it was given to me. But if you're going to criticize somebody, at least be like, yo, Tone, here's my card, man. Cool. Motherfucker, I'll go buy some 501s. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
So, but like I said, if you're going to criticize, at least break us off something.
Yeah, hell yeah, bro. Shit.
So, anyways, other than that, Alex, do me a favor. Can you give me a beer real quick? Just give me, I'm just going to have one right now. And so far it's pretty good.
Fucking hot, dog.
It's hot?
Hell yeah.
It's hot, dog. Okay, we won't take too much longer. But
shit.
Now, you wanted a hot dog, or you said it's hot dog?
Hell no, I want no hot dog. Hell nah. What the fuck? Hell no.
Okay, we just opened up the door, so.
All right, for sure.
Hey, do you remember those lyrics? I got the bottle opener. Remember? Let me slide. I
can kind of remember, bro. Shit, that shit was so long ago, bro. The only thing I really remember, bro, is just the beginning, man. To keep it real.
Like how many bars would you say that is? At least 8? 10?
I want to say, shit, not even. 8, bro. That was about 6 of them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna have you bust, but I don't want you to get embarrassed.
Man, I can show you some shit I wrote right now.
Okay.
You want me to show you? Or?
Yeah. Give us a good 16.
A good 16?
Now, your music is not gonna get picked up by YouTube, is it?
No. I'm not gonna play the beat. I'm gonna go acapella with it.
All right, go for it. Go for it. Give us at least a good 16 or a 12 or
Okay.
whatever.
Let me see. Give me.
Saludos, everybody. Today is Sunday, right? Yeah, Sunday.
All right. Let me see. My fault.
Somebody put Target. I actually brought a Prince shirt from Target and an Ice Cube shirt from Target. So yeah, I love Target. I walk around every damn aisle, even the candle aisle, the toy aisle, the electronics aisle. I love Target. So if I can get a job there, low key, nobody recognize me, fuck it, you can recognize me. I don't care. Tony, is that you? Hell yeah. Where you at? The candle section?
The candle section? Oh, man. You brought the candles? That's crazy.
All right, go ahead.
All right. You see, they call me wise, but though I promise I ain't shit. Now look into my eyes, you find mistakes ain't hard to miss. I sit and watch the sky, I look for signs I'm falling fast. Admit I once relied on bodies, highs, my faults don't pass. I often ask, why do me dirty? Y'all for cash, a part of journey of a youngster never worthy. Dying early with no mercy, sir, they urge me again. Now back to back again. My days consist of worry and betrayals from my friends. And then to all this madness with strategic moving status. The sand inside my palace, never seen the side the madness. All I ask is serenity. Shots of lick the remedy. My tendencies run endlessly. Dots eclipse my legacy. So mentally, I'm insane. Empathy is what remains. Melodies die in vain, especially what I've obtained. So abstain long enough. Now my dreams are coffins up. All my pain has gotten cut. What's the gain? I'm lost and done. Round and round, round it goes. 6 golden slugs held bound for souls. Round and round, all the lives they sown. Hollow soaked inside the blood, it's on they lost control. I swear to God.
Dope. Let's give him a hand clap. Let's give him a hand clap. Did you write that recently or what?
Yeah, that was recent, bro. It was literally yesterday.
Now, I noticed your voice changed.
Oh, really?
You took a little bass out of your voice.
Oh, really? No, yeah. I'm trying to do more as in like. So remember how I used to always get like that Tupac shit?
Don't listen to them. They don't know shit.
Nah, don't get me wrong. I heard it. Like I'll be like, okay, I see what they're saying.
Right.
So I kind of went with a different route, more as in like, okay, yeah, let me try to do like some shit like let me try to do me. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So without like no, I guess you could say no template, right?
Right.
So it's just more as in just what I feel in my heart, bro. So if people fuck with it, then fuck with it. You know what I mean?
Right.
But shit, it's all right if they don't. You know what I mean? Like I just do this shit for therapy at this point. You know?
See, I didn't see you sounding like Tupac. There was a couple of your cadence was leaning towards that, but I didn't think your voice sounded like him. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I was like, let's keep that voice, but we need to change some things up. Yeah. You know, that's why I said I believe that you were a 6 or a 7, and I was trying to bring that up to a damn 10. So when I hear rappers criticize you, oh, this guy wants to be Tupac. Well, bro, you ain't better than him. I'll bet the house you ain't better than him.
Yeah.
You know, name me one of your songs that was better than his. Name me one of your songs that was better than, period. Like, without the desmadre, you know, causing a fight, calling people out, causing drama. No, let's stick to the music. Can you out-rap this, brother? If you can't, don't criticize, bro. You know, so that's my thing. It's like if I was still hot on the turntables. Oh, that's weak. Okay, can you beat me?
Yeah.
Bring your ass over here, bro.
Yeah, hell yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Like, don't do that. You gotta own your shit, because if you know you're dope, you don't have to go around bragging. You know, you gotta let your vocals or your hands, you know, do the talking for you.
Right.
But believe me, when I was at my peak and people would talk shit, come on over here, bro. No.
No.
You know.
Hey, Tony, I feel like they're going to pull up with a tablet. They're going to show
tablet?
Yeah, a fucking tablet.
With the presets and shit.
Or on their cell phone.
There's so hell no DJ app. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Bro, I fucking got that shit for $10, bro. That shit was a horrible decision, dog.
Next, you're gonna have somebody pull up a Guitar Hero.
Guitar Hero? Oh, you heard of DJ Hero?
Yes, DJ
Man,
Hero.
I ain't gonna lie, that shit was pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie.
I was gonna buy that for my son when he was younger, but he didn't want it.
Nah? Oh,
No.
bro, I fucking begged my dad to get me that shit, bro.
No shit?
Yeah, on everything I love, I still got my shit. I still got it.
Really?
Yeah, bro, I told you I wanted to be a DJ.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I told you, bro. Hell yeah.
Okay.
That shit was fun.
Okay, now let's talk about your, I guess, the artist that you're working with right now.
Okay, yeah.
Let's start with that. What inspired you to want to start working with artists, or at least helping them find their sound, or at least helping them find their way, or whatnot?
I just didn't want them to get taken advantage of, you know what I mean? Especially if they're coming from my hometown. I didn't want them to be like, oh, well, there's people that come from this area and they're listening, they're hearing, they're seeing me do my shit, and they don't want to help me, and they know that shit's fucked up or whatever, you know, where their case might be. I wanted to make it clear to them. I told them straight out, to keep it real, it's a fucked up environment, but at the same time, you're going to run into genuine, cool, real, actual solid people. You know what I mean? Like, you're going to find some real cool people, but you're also going to be around a lot of bullshit, you know? You just got to be able to just go with the flow, just like a beat, and you got to find that rhythm. You know what I mean? Because eventually you will. Just like when you're building a song, you know, you're going to be able to find that pocket. You just got to be able to just believe in yourself to find it, you know? And that's what I tell everybody. Well, not everybody, because I don't want to waste my time either.
You don't.
You know what I mean? So that's why it's like, I'm pretty selective, and I was pretty selective with the homie. Just like I said, though, you know, this dude at first, I feel like it was more like just spitting bars, right? Just making music. But up until when I got that contact with them, you know, I started like, you know, I wouldn't say coaching. I wouldn't say, you know, like doing the most. I'll just be like, I was just there supporting, you know, just being motivating. Right. And also helping them believe in this shit.
How did you end up meeting him, or how did you know him?
On Instagram. So I seen this shit on a Valley page called SF Valley Foods or whatever. SFV, like San Fernando Valley. Okay. Yeah. So it was like SF Valley Foods or music, or something like that. Mm-hmm. You know, it's on Instagram, so it's, you know, it's pretty easy to find. But they were posting a lot of people, bro. And then I seen the homie pop up. And then to keep it real, I started tripping out, bro, because he was rapping on a Too Short beat.
Really?
On a Too Short beat, yeah. So that's what caught my attention. That's why I was like, nah, this is a coincidence, right?
Right.
So I hit him up.
Did he know who you were?
Yeah.
Okay.
So one thing that tripped me out was the fact that this dude is like, he and I are like super alike, dog. You know what I mean? Like, we have a lot of the same taste.
Yeah.
You feel me? So it wasn't really hard to really be like, oh, well, let me help you out, you know, because I know this, I know that. To keep it real, he thought I was a motherfucking setup. You know what I mean? Like,
really?
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's natural, though.
Okay,
you know what I mean?
Right, okay.
That's natural. You know, I would have thought the same shit. A random motherfucker all blasted the fuck up, hitting me up like, who's this weirdo? You know what I mean?
Right.
But hey, you know, he gave me an opportunity. Fucking, he heard me out. Fucking, I called him up. You know, chopped it up with him. You know, and just told him straight out. You know, this is who I am. Whatever. You know, fucking, I'll take you to the studio. I'll fucking pay for this shit. I don't fucking care. Like, fucking, just bring whatever you got. You know what I mean? And we'll see what we can do with it. So we went to the studio. You know, and I took him to a couple places. The first spot I took him to was a studio called the Hotbox Room out in Whittier. Okay. You know, shout out to the homie Poison. I started taking him there because I was going over there and another spot in East LA too, or Commerce, I believe, whichever it is, with the homie Heartless. So again, I started taking him to both of those studios, bro, just giving them different experiences, you know, show them how it is to work with different producers, engineers, everything. You know what I mean? Right. Just be around music, you know? And one thing that I will say, bro, like, if you're going to be helping out an individual that comes from our background, you got to be aware, bro, you know, motherfuckers are still in the mix, you know what I mean? Still active. Yeah. So it's like, I also got to deal with that, you know? But yeah, I'm trying to be there, you know what I mean? Trying to be like an older brother, right. You know what I mean? Like, try to, like, remind them, bro, you know, like, you know, it's stupid, but yeah, I mean, that's just what I'll say because I have a huge opinion about it, but this isn't a time or place, right? So right. The only thing I'm gonna say is I'm just there to motivate the homie and just support him, bro, and to make sure that, you know, he stays focused, you know, kind of like the same motto I keep bringing up to him. Yeah, you know, just stay focused.
And how was that process coming along? How long now?
Bro, that's just fun as fuck, man. That's just fun bro. That's just the funnest part about making music.
Okay, now so now I'm gonna ask you this. Okay. How much fun do you think I was having?
Same amount as I am right now.
Okay. And then one day, it was no more.
Yeah. Yeah, trust me. No, I feel you now.
Okay, so
I feel you now.
you see. So now you
Yeah.
see.
Yeah.
And that was my thing because I just think that we were far from finishing up our record. I just think we were being productive, but we were far from it.
Right.
Because before you, who was I producing for?
Nobody.
Nobody. And I said, okay, I'll come out of retirement for this much and we'll go ahead and do it. Okay, cool. I was like, nah, I'm not trying to produce anybody.
Right.
You know, and it's almost the same thing. It's almost the same story with Forever Genesis. She helped me out. I'm not trying to help anybody out because when this whole thing between me and you didn't go the way it was supposed to go, I just figured I'll just stay retired. You know, I don't need to help anybody. But when you find somebody that is of that talented caliber,
yeah.
you just can't deny it because
It's hard. It's hard to be like, man, I don't want to do this music shit because to keep it real, I was in that hole. You know what I mean? I was literally in that position where I was about to get to that point. You know what I mean? I was already like, man, fuck this music shit. You know what I mean? Like, fucking, it's just like, it's the same shit over and over again. I'm dealing with the same shit. You know what I mean? I call motherfuckers out, whatever. You know what I mean? And it's like, I get mad over something like a motherfucker is just giving me an opinion and I'm getting fucking, you know what I mean? I'm blowing through the roof.
Right.
So that's why I say, like, this shit ain't really that worth it anymore because it's like, man, like, if you were to see what I seen or how I felt on certain days, like, shit, you'll be like, I agree with you 100%.
Right.
You know, but like I said, going back to the homie, you know, the homie really fucking motivated me, dog, and it really put me in a position where I'm like, I can't fucking do certain things anymore and I can't be thinking a certain way because now I have almost a responsibility and I have to be able to understand that there's a certain limitation when it comes to trying to help a youngster become an older version of himself because I can't teach him how to be a man. I could just teach him my mistakes. You feel me? Like, that's the only thing I can fucking show him, bro. I'm not wise. I'm not the smartest motherfucker in the world. All I know is that I fucked up a lot, like I said. And, you know, I just want to make it clear, like, don't do this. You feel me? Like, just you have a clear route, I tell him. You know what I mean? And, like, you know, I haven't fucking said his name, but that's the homie Demon from the 8, you know? And that's the homie, Demon, bro. That was a trip, you know what I mean? But I wish he was here, fucker. But, you know, shit happens.
How long now have you guys been working together?
About like 2 months almost.
Okay.
Like around there or probably even more.
Oh, okay. But just to let the people know, he was supposed to be here tonight.
He was 100%, 100%.
Okay. Now, here's my, if you don't mind me asking, how old is he? Do you know?
17.
17 years old.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's funny because that number, right?
Right.
So it's
number
like
7.
I keep dealing with that shit.
It never stopped with us.
No, I know, bro. That's why I'm like, man, this motherfucker should have been here. You know what I mean? But it is what it is, you know? Like, fucking, I know this fucker's going to be watching, so, you know, just know.
Right.
You're an asshole.
but you know what? But I want you to see the opportunities that you had, and maybe you can share with them in a good way, is that you met a lot of artists here that he probably will never meet, or maybe he could.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. But you had an open door where you could meet this guy.
Yeah.
And eventually, if things would have went good, possibly even collab with these guys.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And that's why, like me personally, I do not work. So when people say, how come you don't fuck with these rappers? I don't just work with anybody.
Right.
I don't. Me personally, if somebody wants a beat, they're going to pay me what I want.
Right.
Number 2, I got to like your shit or else I can't take your money.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay?
Exactly.
So every so often when a person like you, Mr. D, comes around, when a person like Genesis comes around, I work because I see diamonds. You know? I was in a studio in 1988 with Dr. Dre, Audio Achievements. A certain individual asked Dr. Dre about a certain well-known artist. Dre, would you work with so-and-so? And Dre said, nah. And the dude goes, well, he's got a major record deal. He just got $140K, you know, from an advance from a record label.
Right.
And Dre goes, I don't give a fuck. And he goes, well, how come you won't work with them? And Dre said, because I don't see gold in him. Think about that. He could have taken his money, just made him a beat.
Yeah.
But he wanted that every time his music was with somebody, it was going to mean something.
Yeah.
So
see, that's how I try to look at it, bro. Because as I mentioned previously, the homie that I'm working with, bro, he didn't start off where he is now. This didn't sound nothing like it, dog. You know what I mean? It's the words that kept playing in my mind was artist development. You got to develop the artist.
Of course.
So that's one thing that I made super fucking clear to him. You know what I mean? Like, it's going to take you a long time. But even then, you can't give up and you can't fucking slow
Right.
down, you
Right.
know? Because, bro, like I said, in the beginning, okay, yeah, rhyming, right?
Right.
Now, bro, you can feel the energy, the charisma, the wordplay, the structure, the
Right.
concept.
It's all
and
coming together.
It's all coming together. And to be honest, bro, I don't want no credit. You know, this was always telling me, oh, bro, thank you because you're always helping me, this and that. Bro, like, to keep it real, like, one thing I'm going to make clear, like, it doesn't matter how much you can fucking, like, how you think, how much you're helping someone, bro. It's all them, though. You know what I mean? Like,
is.
it's
It
their
is.
decision
Right.
to get better or not.
Right.
So at the end of the day, you can't take complete credit. Yeah, and I don't want to take that credit. So that's why if he does make it, and I know he will, because I believe in him, I don't want no fucking credit. You know what I mean? I just want the homie to be like, hey man, I know you helped me from the beginning. That's it. That's all.
Right.
You know, that's all I want. You know, because I know everybody else is gonna be like, oh, well, did you help him do this? Did you take him there? Did you introduce him to this person?
Right.
But it's like, if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen.
Right. You know, everything that I was putting together for you, and I would call you up, hey, we're going to do this. We're going to film our next video here. We were going to film our next video at the Friday house. Remember
Yeah.
that?
Yeah,
okay.
I remember.
I had it all planned out. Okay. Did you ever hear me say, because of me, D?
No, hell no. And
Never.
that's why I say, like, I've learned it from you. That's why I picked it up. That's why I say, like, all these conversations I've had was from individuals as yourself that's shown me that I have to think a certain way and I have to conduct myself a certain way.
Right.
And not only that, but I have to learn the business.
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
and that's why I say, like, I'm grateful because at the same time, I didn't have that previously, you know, and I never had that to the point where I can feel I'm grounded enough to be able to be like, I'm going to elevate
Right.
just by my own.
Correct.
You know, and that's why it all leads back as to if you show me your friends, you'll show me your future. That's how I leave it.
That's
you
how it
know?
is. Show me your friends, and I'll tell you your future.
There you go. That's the right way. Yeah.
And it's so true, bro. Like me personally, I'm going to say it this way, bro. I can't be around negative people, bro.
Yeah. Right.
I cannot be. I've been around talented people, but that have always been negative. They didn't believe in their talent. They had like insecurity issues. Bro, I know people say I can rap, but my whole thing is, what if I don't make it? What if people make fun of me? What if when it comes out, it just like fucking flops? And I've worked with them for a long time. And after a while, I'm just like, I'm done, bro.
Yeah.
Like every time I see you, I fucking spin. I'm like Dr. Phil, trying to encourage you, trying to motivate you.
Yeah,
And I'm just
yeah.
tired of it, bro. Like, you know, or you got motherfuckers, we're never gonna make it. Get the fuck out of here, pal.
Yeah, man, I fucking can't stand people like that either, bro. Because it's not even that hard to fucking think positive, bro. Like, it's like the same energy you put out is what you're gonna get in return. So it's like, bro, if you really think that you're not
Right.
gonna make it, what do you think you're actually gonna be doing? You're not gonna make it.
Right.
You know?
Well, it's like this. It's like when you tell somebody a good idea. By the way, keep all your good ideas to yourself,
Right.
okay? Because let me tell you something. When you tell somebody a good idea, hey, I'm going to open up this business. Say you tell 5 friends.
Yeah.
Most likely, all of them are going to tell you how it's not going to work.
Yeah.
Okay? Here's how I found out who my friends were. And this is the God's honest truth. They all told me, don't do that. It's not going to work. So you know what I told them? I told you 3 different ideas of what I want to do, and every single one of them you said it's not going to work. If you had to, tell me how it can work, if it was possible, and none of them had a solution for it. It's just not going to work. But you don't even know how it can work.
Right.
It's just not going to work. Okay, cool. I knew who not to be around with. And I got friends today that are business owners, and they know how to make it work, bro. So those are the guys that I call. Hey, bro, I want to do this. What do you think? Tony's going to take this. Yeah, it can happen. It's going to be tough, but it can happen.
Right.
I'd rather hear that it's not going to work. You know, so now a lot of people say this, there's no money in rap today. To a certain extent, I have to agree, okay, to a certain extent. Because I'm going to tell you, today's a different age when it comes to rappers.
Right.
All the Ice Cubes and the Snoops, now we all know that they are no longer rappers, they are brands,
Right.
okay?
Household names.
Household names, okay? Then you got the Warren G's, you got the E40s. All of these guys use their money to create their own brand, their own business, their own merch, something that's bringing them music outside of rap, which is dope, okay?
Main one being liquor now, huh?
Liquor, whatever, okay?
Yeah.
But today, if you are just a rapper and you want to make money, first and foremost, I'm going to say this: come with some hits.
Yeah.
Come with some hits, okay? And I'm going to tell you why. Because people are going to book you. Today, you pretty much have your own website, which is your Instagram, your Facebook, your Twitter, or your YouTube. Okay?
Right.
You can get social media popular enough where a lot of these top promoters, who in the fuck is Mr. D? Who in the fuck are the Yodis? Who in the fuck is Genesis? Then you start booking them. Now they got their fans that never saw them on the big stage go crowd to finally see them. Okay, we're going to go see Mr. D for the first time at the Ontario Arena. You know, we're going to go see Genesis over here at, you know, the Peacock Theater. Wow, I never would have thought that. Now you got the meet and greets. Now you got the merch. That's how you're going to make your money, bro. Right. But you got to come with the music.
Right.
You gotta come with the music. That's how you bring them in. To me, I've never been one. And if I work for Conejo, then you know what? More power to him. But to me, I never believed in flooding it. I believe in quantity
over quality.
Yeah,
quality over quantity. I'm sorry.
Over quantity.
Yeah,
yes.
sorry.
But that's just always been me. Okay.
Right. No,
but if it works
agree.
for other people, it works for other people, you know? So it's kind of like my son. I've asked him about rappers that he loves. And they dropped this mixtape, but he couldn't name a song. It was just the mixtape. Okay.
Just tapes.
Yeah. So, so he just dropped a bunch of shit. Yeah. Okay, cool. I can respect that. You know, that was his hustle, but maybe that hustle won't work for everybody. Yeah. You know, so let's look at the one-hitter quitters, guys that come out with one fucking song and it's lasted 35 years and they're still eating off of it.
Fucking everybody's watching me.
Ice Baby.
Oh yeah, Vanilla.
Yeah. Look how we can, you know, they're still eating off of those. I'd rather have those songs, bro, than 50 albums that nobody gives a fuck and I'm still performing at the swap meet. Yeah. You know, for some nachos and $50.
Some nachos, shit. No, I feel you, bro. Nah, that's real, bro. Shit. Fuck, some nacho shit. Could have threw in some FD County in there or some shit, man. Fuck, man. Some fucking flannels, man.
Yeah, it's like, all right. Like, am I lying or am I telling the truth?
No, you're right. No, you're telling the truth. You're telling the truth, bro.
Yeah.
Truth.
Fuck, it's like. Anyways, I saw somebody that say, Tony, hey, take off your hat. I'll tell you what, I'll take off my hat if you take off your shirt. Whatever, and I'll take off my shirt too, so.
Oh, shit.
Okay. But that's what we have. And then the whole Souldies movement.
Oh, okay, yeah.
The whole Souldies movement. Now,
what do you think about that?
I don't think about it. Okay. Now, I do want to say this and respect that there are some people out there that are doing it right. They're coming out with the old sound.
Like who?
I'm not going to mention names. They're coming out. They're coming out with an old sound with new lyrics.
Can I ask you about an artist?
Hold on, let me finish.
All right.
Then you got a bunch that are just karaoke singers.
Oh yeah, I know what you mean.
Tell them that I love him. The one who really loves, like, bro, like, we can hire 10 of those females and they all sing the same songs. That's karaoke at the car show.
So what I've been seeing right now is what you just said, right? So this one high now, bro, I just burnt it out right now.
I'm going to take a shot. You want one? We got 10 minutes.
Damn.
If not, don't worry about it. You said till after. But I'm gonna take it. Don't let me tempt you. And then go ahead.
Peer pressure. Nah, fucking. After.
Okay, go ahead.
So I saw this one video, this one Hannah, right? She was fucking she was doing her thing. She was doing like a little I guess you call it karaoke. She was doing it in her version though. I don't really understand why some people will be doing it right now though, because you have people right now like the Sinceres.
Yeah.
That are literally creating music with real fucking instruments, and you still choose to fucking do the same songs. You know what I mean? It's like, I've never spoken with Joey Quinones.
I have. I interviewed him here. Great interview. If you guys have not seen it,
He's fucking down to earth, bro.
Yes, he is.
He's down to earth, bro. I like I said, though, I've never met him, bro, but I wish I have, bro, because on the real, I fucking love his music, bro.
Yeah, me too.
I fucking love his shit, dog, because
that's
what I was going to ask you about, because what you said, Souldies, that's the first name I think about, bro, because, man, that dude got sold, bro. You know what I'm saying? But hey, this was cracking up because you know it's all true though.
Right.
I'm saying it was real, bro. You know
Come
what
out
I'm
with
saying?
some original shit, bro. Like seriously,
Yeah.
stop doing karaoke at the car shows. That's what these girls are doing. And look, if that's how you make your money, cool. And then you got these guys doing Brentwood. And then they instead of just saying, I'm a Brentwood karaoke singer. The Brentwood experience.
Oh hell no, yeah, I don't know about that.
The Brentwood experience. I'm
Man,
like, look, you're not fooling nobody, bro. Like,
yeah.
if that's the case, I'm gonna start doing Celine Dion songs. I'm gonna start doing, the Celine Dion experience. I don't know, bro.
Fuck that.
To me,
Shit.
I think as a people, as a raza, bro, we have more talent than to be singing other people's songs.
Oh yeah, bro. The whole
That's my
put it
whole
like
argument,
this.
guys.
Put it like this, man. What happened to bands making sounds just like Tierra?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, what happened to music like that? Like Malo, you know what I mean? Like music that actually sounded like music.
Right.
You feel me? I mean, to keep it real, I'm about to answer my own fucking question here, but it's like, like shit, everything just went to shit, bro. Like
Yeah.
literally, it's just like, what the fuck, bro? I kind of understand when people are like, man, I already heard this beat. Stop rapping on this shit. You know what I mean? Like, I get it now because it's like, it's repetitive, bro. It's fucking boring. You know what I mean? It's like you can do so much with this shit, and people just choose to do the same thing over and over again, bro. But hey,
Well, and here's my thing that I think it was 1998, and we were performing for an old school radio station called KRLA. Okay, I don't want to name the rapper because I can't stand his ass. Okay, but we were performing, and then we were opening up for Rolls Royce.
oh, okay.
Okay,
That's tight.
So I'm like, hell yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna hear Car Wash. I'm gonna hear all these
Yeah.
dope ass songs.
Yeah.
Man, here's when I realized about the whole Rolls Royce experience or the Tierra experience. And I'm not trying to dog anybody, but I need you to understand where I'm coming from. So I'm like, I'm opening up for Rolls Royce. When we got off stage, I waited to watch a Rolls Royce. Everybody in the band was younger than me.
The fuck?
Yeah,
What the fuck is that?
it was only one person that was an original member. Try let that one marinate. So in reality, it wasn't Rolls Royce. It was just one person that was the original member, and they had about 10 other people up there playing instruments.
Fucking.
And they were younger than me. And I was in my 20s.
And what happened to the other people? Did they die?
I have no idea. It's like Sonora Dinamita. They say that there's a man and a woman, okay? Well, the man and the woman separated. The man has his own woman and his own band. There's Sonora Dinamita. And in Sonora Dinamita, the woman got another man. She formed their own band, and they perform. So we don't know who's who.
Isn't that what the fuck? So I mean, I was about to say, like, isn't that kind of like the same situation with Los Angeles Azules or something like that?
I think so. They have some dope songs.
I think
Yeah, they
also
do.
Bronco, because the guy, there's like a main singer, Bronco, and then like who's really Bronco? Is it the singer?
Who's really
or,
Bronco?
Or is it the whole
who
band?
shot Roger Rabbit?
Right. But that's my thing. That's what it consists of. Like, okay, like for example, me and High C, we did a show with Two Live Crew. So I'm thinking I'm going to see Luke.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
No. There was two guys, me so horny. And I was like, what the fuck is this? The only original member that was there was Mr. Mix, the DJ.
Oh, okay. What
And he
the
had two guys just
fuck?
singing me so horny. We
What
want
the
some
fuck?
pussy, all of that. And I'm like, okay, I got it now. They're saying that they're this, but there's only really one member left. Is that really Two Live Crew?
No.
Okay.
Hell no. Shit, to keep it real, might as well just call it the mix show. You know what I mean?
Two Live Crew
The DJ
experience.
That's like you showing up for a show without High C.
Yeah. Yeah. And I get I'm the DJ, but I get a black guy named Low B.
Low B, oh hell.
You know what I'm saying? And he's singing, I'm not your puppet. But that's where we're at today.
Yeah, that's the fucked up part, bro. It's like, what the fuck, man? I mean, but you gotta think of it though. It's also the promoter's fault though.
It is. But he's just trying to make money. Trying to put asses in seats, bro.
But
Let's be-
at that point, it's just selling out though, bro. It's like,
Which
I don't know,
Tony
bro.
doesn't approve of having seats at a concert.
Yeah, I don't approve of having seats and no cell phones
Oh, not? Oh, yeah, okay.
because you can't experience it.
No, yeah, hell yeah.
Everybody is, when you say throw your hands in the air, they mean this. They mean this. Okay?
Yeah.
Like it's no longer, you know,
Yeah.
with the crowd, you need to
yes,
fucking
yes,
roar.
y'all, and all that shit.
That's gone. That's gone because this bullshit. They're not even enjoying the show. They're just trying to capture the moment so they can put it on social media and get likes.
Tony, that's why you got to promote those glasses with the cameras on them so they can go back to doing things with their hands.
What the fuck?
Okay.
Hey, nah, that's a good ass idea though. That's a good fucking replacement instead of fucking holding a phone.
Yeah,
So like, bam.
And I know promoters are gonna hate my ass, but next time you see a show, the Shy Lights, Tierra, Rolls Royce, you're gonna get people up there your age, okay? The Brentwood experience.
Man.
Rest in peace, Brentwood. There was only one Brentwood, bro.
Yeah,
but
bro.
when you're over here, just like, you know what I mean.
Yeah, no, yeah, of course.
Anyways, what else do you want to talk about?
Shit, anything, man. Shit, I ain't tripping. Shit.
Yo, I got a question.
What's up?
What would you recommend, like people using social media and TikTok and stuff like that? Since you get millions of views, what is the what's the formula?
There is no formula. To
No,
keep
there is a formula.
If you want to be statistical about it, then there is a formula. But if you're just gonna just do it just because you're actually just in love with what you're doing, then that's
Right.
a whole other ball game too. Because if you're actually gonna do it for the love of it, shit, I just fucking just put it out just because I felt like I was representing the neighborhood.
Right.
You know what I mean? I thought I was doing it to the point where I was doing something different, unique, to the point where other neighborhoods are gonna be like, oh shit, like this is where these fools are at. Oh,
Right.
okay, like damn, I haven't heard this neighborhood in a long time.
Right.
Like I have people tell me that shit all the time, bro. Like it all came from just being original,
Right.
just being myself, and just showcasing it in the music.
Now, I'm going to tell you something that I told you this before, and I want you to pass this along to your friend, okay? And to a lot of you artists here that are watching, okay, is this. I had this one guy tell me this a long time ago, and this is when I was doing the High C album. And I wish I would have listened. So this is kind of like one of my regrets. I told him, man, when I finish the record, I want this to blow up all over LA. And this was a black brother. And he told me this, fuck LA. And now he's from South Central. Now he had made it. I'll tell you who it is afterwards. But he said, fuck LA. And I said, what do you mean? He goes, think bigger. Think bigger than your neighborhood. Think bigger than what your homies are going to like. Think international market. Think Australia. Think Canada. Think Japan. Think Europe. He said, those are the people that are going to be booking you.
All right.
And I was like, oh, okay. He goes, we're too prideful over here, man. And this was 1990. We're too prideful. Nobody gives a fuck about anybody here. He said, over there, they're going to love you. He said, but here, nobody gives a fuck about you. And I've noticed that about a lot of rappers from here. They're too busy trying to impress LA.
Here, yeah.
Or if you're from the Valley, possibly, I'm trying to impress the Valley. I'm trying to impress LA.
Yeah.
Forget that.
Yeah.
These guys don't give a shit about you, bro.
Exactly.
They don't care.
Yeah.
But when you go to Europe, when you go to Canada, when you go to Australia, when you go to Japan, when you go to China, and you fucking toured, you're an accomplished artist, bro. Because the music that you created in your bedroom has touched the world.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we're thinking small-minded. We're thinking, we
Just
got to
a
rock.
block.
We got to think the homies, bro.
Yeah.
You know? Nah,
Yeah.
bro. Think bigger than that.
Yeah.
Again, you guys, if you're going to dream big.
Exactly.
Dream big. So,
Let me just add to that. There's because there's like groups on Facebook, right? And there's people that are dedicated to certain rap genres, and there's a Chicano rap genre, and I know the person personally that owns that page, and they're from Australia. You know what I mean? They're not even from out here. You know, they're promoting Chicano rap shit out in Australia. You know, and they got one of the biggest pages out there on Facebook. You know, like group.
It's
Facebook
not
group. I don't remember the name of it right now. I have to look it up on my phone.
Cause I know a couple of dudes, bro, that so one dude, right? This dude, I think he's either from England or Germany. I think. I think. And the reason why I say I think is because like I just know he's from like overseas and he's a white dude, right? So this dude is really obsessed with like just Chicano shit, right? Just like just gangster shit.
Correct.
So he gets at me, right? He starts asking me. He's like, "Hey, bro, like, what do you think if I start uploading just anybody's videos that are just from different neighborhoods that are from Southern California?" To be honest, the first thing I said was like, "Well, you gotta involve Northern California as well, you know." Because at the end of the day, they're also doing their shit, and you can't exclude them just because based off of the fact, oh, Southern California has all the attention and this and that. Because look at this Northern Californians, you know what I mean? You got Sibo, Spice, Brother Lynch, you have X-Rated. I could go on. Point being though, they got a lot of heavy hitters in their shit, and you gotta shine light in everybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that being said, you gotta really just, I guess. What I'm trying to say is you got to be open-minded to this shit.
Of course.
You know?
Of course. No, I believe that. I believe that, bro. You know, and I believe when it came to this whole podcasting thing, I believe I was interviewing Mr. Shadow from San Diego, and I addressed that I was going to be interviewing a ex-norteño, David Rocha, Sir Dino.
Yeah.
Bro, let me tell you something. I didn't know that being Chicano, bro, and starting a podcast was going to bring me death threats. Because when I said I was going to bring a pastor, 'cause that's what he is, pastor down, he's bringing norteños onto our turf. I don't know, this motherfucker said turf. The last time I heard turf was in the movie Grease. You know, he's bringing norteños into our turf. And I was like, he's a pastor, you know. But that's where all the pinche drama starts, bro.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. At the end of the day, bro, it all just leads to a few places, and everybody already knows it. You know what I mean?
exactly.
So,
Alex, let me get another beer, please. And bring D one because the show's over in about 4 minutes. So might as well just bring him one.
yeah, I'll take a shot.
Okay, let me give you a shot.
Hell yeah, I like that shit quick.
Okay. Yeah, we're out of here in a couple of minutes.
All right. Nah, but yeah, though, I wish the homie would have been here, bro. That shit would have been sick.
No, that would have been dope, bro.
Hell yeah.
You know, but you know what? He's always welcome. So if he's watching, he can, always come back.
For sure.
Let me open this shit real fast. Other than that, anybody hot you listening to right now, bro? Or are you still listening to like some old 80s shit?
Oh, bro, you know I'm still stuck in the 80s, bro. Fucking the most.
If you can break, what would be your favorite breaking song?
Clear.
Okay, mine is.
I could give you a million of them right now, though. I could give you.
Okay, give me top 5. Top 5.
Top 5. Okay, Clear. Jam on it. It's time.
Right now, your eyes look like you're tweaking.
No, it's cause I'm thinking, dog. It's cause I'm thinking, man. Hey, man, when I start thinking about music, bro, hey, man, it's like I start fucking going like this and shit. You know what I mean? I start jittering and shit.
It's
bro.
all good. Go for it.
Damn, man. Okay, I gotta hit you with some funk. Okay, so there's this a couple Gap Band songs. You know what I mean? I'm probably some shit like that, but I want to say, damn. Okay, that's a good motherfucking question. Cause damn, man, you ever heard of the Funky Drive Band?
The Funky what?
The Funky Drive Band. They're a little new.
Probably not. It sounds like some old shit, but no.
They got some dope shit. I'm not gonna lie. They got some shit called Time for Love, something like that. Man, that shit's nasty with the bass. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm like, yeah.
Okay,
you know?
I'll name 2 breaking songs and 3 popping songs.
Okay.
My first one is Play at Your Own Risk, Planet Patrol.
Okay.
Second one is probably, I believe it's West Street Mob. Remember, Break Dance?
Yeah.
Say it one for the trouble. That shit.
Yeah,
Okay?
yeah.
Then popping Shake Your Pants by Cameo.
Okay. That's tight.
The next one is obviously Knee Deep by Funkadelic.
All right.
And the other one, oh my God. I'm going to say Still in the Groove by Ray Parker Jr.
Okay.
Yeah. So
All
Ray
right.
Parker Jr. is the guy who did Ghostbusters. So,
Hell yeah.
for all you busters out there. So yeah.
Tor, you can't be saying that shit.
So anyways, okay, cool. I'll take it back. Bring it back. Come rewind. So anyways. So
Oh shit. No, cheers, bro.
hey, cheers
Cheers.
to all the cheerleaders.
So cheerleaders shit.
Okay, is there any super chats? Go ahead and read them all, bro. before we get our shout outs?
There's quite a few, Tony.
for it.
94M dropped 199. He said, when can we get an Alex Enterprise episode? Saludos.
Let me pray about it.
Yeah. Sometime. Carlos, I don't know. I can't read his last name, but he dropped 499. He said, I spoke with Mr. D and he said he would be down for a feature. I hope we can make it happen. I'd love to show him my level of skill.
Oh, I know who that is.
All right.
Lil Los, yeah.
Okay.
Same guy dropped 499. He said if it was ever to ever, I hope you both shoot another video. The last one was shot and directed beautifully. It took me to a generation I never lived in.
Well, you know what? I want to thank you for that because it was meant to take you there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll take you there.
My bad for my reading impairment right
No,
now.
it's okay, bro.
Yeah, because I took like a shot already. All right, so the same guy, he dropped another 499. He said, he dropped 199. He said, can you explain how it was working with Conejo? Did you work with Conejo?
Yeah.
Yeah, he wants you to explain how it was.
So working with Conejo was definitely an experience, bro. It was actually really dope. So to my, I'll make it quick. So to my surprise, I actually wowed him. You know what I mean? Like I impressed him, and that again was a total shift of my motivation because again during the time I was like, man, this is just whatever's, you know what I mean? Just about to pop off, whatever. But again, I studied Conejo shit. I made sure that I didn't come through to the booth and just spit some bullshit, you know. I had to make sure I came through with some evil gutter shit, you know what I mean? Some shit that I'd be like, okay, that's some Conejo shit right there for sure. But, you know, again, to add on to that, I would say that if it wasn't for the homie, bro, if it wasn't for Big Lux, again, thank you for the connection. You know, if you're watching this, again, just want to say thank you for the opportunity and also making that connection happen. And also for believing in my music as well. You know, I just want to say thank you for that. And that's my answer right there. It was definitely a grateful experience. It was definitely humbling. And it was motivational.
All right. So the next question, let's see. El Hermano dropped $4. He said, brother, get LaToya Williams on next.
LaToya Williams. Okay. Cool, thank you.
Let's get LaToya Jackson. Let's get LaToya Jackson.
LaToya Jackson?
Yeah. Anyways, Carlos also he dropped another $4.99. He said, what was his thoughts or what was he going through when he wrote "Not Too Young"? One of my favorite that gets me through life.
Oh shit! So that's a good question. So a lot
When
of
did you write that? After our stuff or before?
No, that was way before, bro. That was 2019, I think, or 2018, like around there. And the reason why the shit that I wrote that on that song specifically was mainly because of the whole I was going through some personal shit, you know what I mean? And that day in those circumstances, I actually was thinking about like, you know, doing some suicidal shit. You know what I mean? So it was more
Okay, this is before me. I met you when you were 20. So I'm gonna ask you, bro, as an older man, because I look at Mr. D as like my long lost son. Okay. So what, you were 19 when you wrote that? How old were you, bro?
Yeah, I was like 18.
What were you going through that made you think that, bro?
I mean, I've been going through shit since I was 9 years old. So it's like, it's, you know, it's just my personal life. You know what I mean?
Okay,
Like,
I'm going to make a bed right where you can come live with me, okay? So you don't have to go to the... I got you. I got you.
oh, man.
Go ahead, my bro.
But, yeah, man, fucking, I was just going through a gang of shit at that age, you know? My mom would tell you straight up, you know what I mean? She's a first-hand witness to all that shit. Unfortunately, she had to deal with those situations and those circumstances, but at the same time, it made me who I am now.
Yeah.
It made me become more mentally stronger, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
And it made me express myself better.
Okay.
So that's why that song was the way that it was written, because of the fact that, yeah, you know, I was just going through shit and I just wanted to put it on track and wanted to hear it on wax, you know? So if if I could really put it in perfect words, I'd say that song is just a mirror.
Okay.
You
Now,
know?
you being such a young man at 24 years old, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Because my son is your age.
Right.
Okay. And he's already a father of 2. He's giving me 2 grandbabies. Okay.
Okay.
So, and you have no children, right?
I don't plan on have children.
Okay. I'm going to change that anyways. But I'm going to change all that because you need to live on. And when I mean you need to live on, you need to live on.
Hey, that's what I got music for.
No.
You know, you can press play. You know what I mean? When I die, just press play.
No. I'm going to change that. There's going to be a little Mr. D. Okay.
I don't know about that.
Okay. So, yeah, I got the right girl anyway.
All right.
I don't know who she is, but if you're ready, DM me. DM me.
Yeah. All right. Hey, my mom was probably looking at this shit hella mad though. She's like, man, this motherfucker drink.
Yeah. Cálmate, Antonio. You know. No. Oh, sí, Antonio. Sí. I want a grandbaby. But anyways.
Mi angelito.
Mi angelito.
What the fuck?
I'm fucking with you. Mi hijo no es cholo.
Man, I need a fan over here. God damn.
It's that shot, bro.
Hell yeah. Hey, bro, this shit always fucks me up, bro. I talked to homie about this shit, dog. I
No
was like,
shit?
yeah, this for Tony has some of the best fucking liquor, dog, on everything I love, bro. He was like, I don't believe you, dog. I was like, bro. I swear to God, bro, one fucking shot. I'm over here fucking light as a feather, dog. God damn. Fuck.
B. Scanlon just pulled up in the motherfucking building. What you got, mijo?
Shit.
What you got over there?
Oh, what's up? We're celebrating right now.
Okay.
We're celebrating.
All right, come over here, Papa, real fast. Come over here. Just give that way you can get some hate text messages. Okay?
Oh,
There-
shit, we about to get messy. Oh,
Yeah.
who hate on us today?
Shit, hey, fuck them all. Fuck them up.
Fuck 'em all.
Hey, straight up.
So, all good.
Shit.
But anyways, what the fuck was I gonna say? Anyways, yeah, Alex, are you done over there? Are you done over there?
Yeah, we're done.
Are you sure?
Just one other person had a question, and this is like I'm picking one of the questions right here out of the live chat. He said, "Did you do a record with Conejo?"
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, hell
okay,
yeah.
that's what they just wanted to know.
Yeah, I got I think I got about like 2 or 3 songs with Conejo. I want to say, I think it's like 2 of them. I did one where we shot the video, and the other one we didn't shoot. So those 2, bro, I think one of them is unreleased. I'm not too sure, but you just gotta check YouTube, bro. You know, my bad if I don't got the direct answer right now, bro. I'm pretty fucking stupid right now, but
For one shot?
hell yeah, dog. I don't drink. Man, I'm a thinker, dog. What that song say? Rumors.
Okay. Well, bro, I'm only saying because in the past, like we've drank a lot, so obviously you stop.
Yeah. Oh yeah, like a motherfucker, bro.
Okay, then I gotta respect
Like a
that. I gotta
motherfucker,
respect
bro.
that.
Yeah.
So I don't want people say, Tony, he's trying to get him drunk. You know, because I have been known to put things in people's drinks.
Hey,
dog.
you putting
Hey,
things
man.
in people's white claws?
Man,
Yes.
all I know is that
Yes.
shit. That Spanish fly, bro. That's all I'm saying.
Emil, get him a blue chew. That's like pre-workout at the gym. Okay.
It's gonna hit you in the wrong area.
Nah, I mean.
Oh, dude.
Okay, let me see. Okay, you know what? I'll tell you what. We're gonna take 2 questions from the live chat. 2 free questions from the live chat. So I'm announcing it right now. The first 2 questions from the live chat, and then we're done. We're gonna give a shout out and get the fuck out of here. All right. So, anybody have any questions from the live chat? I'm giving you guys an opportunity right now, even though you guys are broke and you guys don't want to buy us any top ramen. So let's go.
Nah, somebody said be Scanless in the house.
Yeah, Uncle Lino. Uncle Lino, what's up? Much love, much respect, my bro. Yeah.
Yeah.
Say Mr. D getting the D tonight. Damn.
What?
No,
somebody-
he's not.
Yeah.
What the
It's okay. Let him.
No Diddy.
Yeah.
No, did he?
Pause on that.
No, it's okay.
Gay as hell.
Anybody who thinks like that is probably has gotten the D. Okay, so anyways.
Oh my God.
No. I'm going to say it. Why he wears so many layers of clothes.
Cause it's fucking cold.
Yeah, it's a
It's
jersey
fucking
and a
cold.
shirt under. That's it. Okay?
There's so many layers, dude.
Yeah, it's like
That's
saying
crazy, dog.
I'm wearing dicky
God
shorts
damn.
and underwear.
Hey, dog,
I'm not gonna go commando on some fucking Ben Davis.
Okay, one the question. There's a question right here. Would he do a live band jam with a live band?
Oh yeah, there you
A
go.
live band,
Yeah,
live band for a beat.
yeah,
Oh
yeah.
yeah, hell yeah, like a motherfucker. That's something I actually really want to do. Actually, that's one of on my bucket list. To
Okay.
keep it real, it's like yeah, bro. So I have a homeboy right that he plays guitar, and I always tell him like, bro, like just shoot me some whatever you got, bro. Just shoot it to me, bro. I'll fucking put some drums in the back and just bust a flow on this shit. You know what I mean? Like, bro,
Absolutely.
it's that easy.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
But bro, I'm gonna keep it real, bro. That shit, it's pretty hard though.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
it's pretty difficult in order to keep everything like in order.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Because mainly reason being is because of the fact that the homie is just, you know,
Yeah.
he likes drifting into different genres. So I do
Right.
want to be able to keep up with them. You
Yeah,
know. But
yeah.
you know, whatever I try to put out, bro, I just hope that the people like it as
Yeah,
much
yeah.
as they do. You know.
Absolutely. Mr. D, I noticed that you started sweating heavily after that shot.
Oh yeah, hell yeah, bro. Shit, hey. What can I say?
All good.
What can I
Before
say?
we give a shout out, I want to say something about Forever Genesis. She put, bet you didn't know Winnie the Pooh's grandma was named Punani.
Wait, what?
Winnie the Pooh's grandma was named Punani.
That took me a while. That took me a while.
One shot got you there.
Yeah.
Know what I mean? Okay.
Not me. That's funny.
D,
What's up?
shout outs, my bro.
All right, shout outs. All right, first and foremost, I want to say thank you to you,
Thank
you know,
my
for
bro.
giving me the opportunity to come back here
Absolutely,
and be
my
able to have
brother.
this conversation with you. That's first and foremost. Second of all, I want to say a big thank you and a big love you to my family, to my mother, to my sister, to my grandma, to my father, to my niece, everybody. I just want to give it up to them. And I just want to say thank you for the motivation. Thank you for keeping me around, you know, and keeping me alive. And I also want to give a shout out to my friends, right? So it'll be shit, my brothers, you know, I don't got to name them, but they already know who they are. Give a shout out to the homie Demon. Give a shout out to the homies for the neighborhood, I guess, you know. And I also want to give a big ups to the homies that help me record my music, that keep me motivated with this shit. The Hotbox Room, Poison, the homie Heartless. Shit, that's about it. You know, that's about it. If I didn't mention, I apologize. You know, just know you're deeply on my mind all the time. Again, you know, I apologize if I didn't mention you, but that's pretty much it. You know, that's pretty much all that I got for my shout outs. You know, again, just want to say thank you for giving me the opportunity, and I wish I would have been a little bit more stable enough before this shot, you know, but
We took
I'm
it 15
still-
minutes before we ended.
Hey, dog. Hey, nah, but hey, you know, I'm still here. You know what I mean? I'm still doing my thing. And I'm
all
still,
good,
you
my
know,
brother.
I'm still enjoying this shit. You know, I just want to say thank you again. You know, that's all I'm gonna say.
Oh, good,
Just
my
thank
brother.
you, though.
I just want to go ahead and announce that before this year's over, I'm over here adopting Mr. D, and he's gonna be my long lost son, and we're gonna be working out together. So he's gonna be.
This is good working out together.
We're gonna work out together. No. Yeah. So he's no longer Mr. D. He's gonna call Big D.
Hey, I heard that one before.
Big D. Okay. So other than that, I'm gonna give a shout out to everybody that tuned in tonight.
Oh, shit.
My whole team. If you guys didn't get a chance to, once again, check out the Sugar Free interview. Go and check it out. We hit over 100K interviews. If you're a Samp or a Mandilon, make sure you guys tune in and watch that. It'll give you advice on how to handle your girl, at least from Sugar Free's opinion. Other than that, want to give a shout out. Is it July 19th to Living Down LA? July 19th to Living Down LA. Once again, Conejo will be there. Dubsy will be there. Forever Genesis will be there. Other than that, once again, make sure you guys go to Forever Genesis on Instagram and on YouTube. Check out her video. Definitely check out her music. Other than that, I thank my team, my son Biscana, my son Alex Cervantes, the Hip Hop Jedi, and everybody involved with this project. Much love, much respect. We're out of here. We'll see you guys soon. Make sure you guys hit that like button. And thank you, everybody. We are out of here.
You got it like the rodeo.